Welcome to another episode of Conscious Reconstruction. I'm the host with the most, aka Tony Melbourne, aka Mr. Mary Mary on the wall, who is the prettiest of them all. Me, bitch. I'm joined with Ash and just Charles, of course. Y'all should know he's going to be testing soon, doing his 1-2, going to greater heights, getting new belts and shit.
Oh, you're talking about my martial arts stuff. I'm like, what test am I going to be taking?
Yeah, you look so confused. I was like, I'm not going to just blurt it out unless you want to say it, but I'm going to,
Oh, yeah.
allude to some great things happening in your future.
My master called me up and is just like, hey, it's time for you to take that black belt test. That means you need to be...
Time to get on in it.
Master. Is my mic on?
Teacher, master.
How do you know if mine is on? Oh, okay. I didn't see the third bar. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't like when he does that. He always has it so low.
I'm like,
Because it's never really a complete and total convenient way of getting all.
No.
Like, this is zoomed in further, but I don't have all the micro information that I would normally have. And it's like, right now, I don't have any of the things selected that I normally would. So, and right now, Tony's mic is typically always louder than ours because he has a different wave of mics than we do. Because there was some technical stuff with my Guitar Center.
Oh, yeah.
And they weren't supposed to send us some stuff, and they sent us some stuff.
Well, we kept that stuff. But anyway,
No,
I want to master.
We sent it back.
But yeah, so why do you feel like Serena and Venus's father shouldn't have a move?
Well, I mean, I guess in a way, his is just like last week we were talking about quote unquote tiger parents, and the way everything was around them, and it's not like, and they're to a certain degree glorifying them, which like from what I understand and what I've seen, and this is me looking in from the outside and following Venus and Serena for a very long time, because if you don't know, the primary sport I've actually played, and I played it from 1 until about 23 or 5 until 23, which is tennis. Like, that is actually my primary sport. So it means, like, if you were to ask me about a sport, and the sport that I technically know the most about is tennis, and then goes football, and then goes basketball. And I would argue I probably know more about basketball now than I know about football, because football is so waving. But the way, I mean, they should probably just I would say they should make the movie about him, and he should be a support, or them, and he should be a supporting character, because they're the ones who accomplished a lot of the things.
I mean, but if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have had the space to do so.
I mean, what do you mean?
Tennis is racist.
Yes.
So him being an aggressive parent and like, hey, my kids are going to like be allowed in these competitions and like shouldering a lot of the racism so they can be inside of these competitions and things like that. I feel like that's not a story that you necessarily get to hear from a man with his kids. Like, yeah.
And that's part of the catch-22 inside of the conversation. Is just like, normally you don't see the glorification of like African American men in this type of role, but then we kind of do have that, because we've had it with the Will Smith with his son.
My first one that came up
in the
was
movie. Not talk about the rich ones.
Joe Jackson, because that's the only time I ever could really remember a father kind of being put, at least for a little bit, front and stage about how he shaped his kids and his whole family to become stars.
Yeah.
And it might have been in the most positive light, but we did kind of get a dramatization of what was going on.
Yeah, and and from what I understand, their relationship with their father is a lot closer to that than one would, because it's like, it's not that, it doesn't seem like he explicitly did this to make their lives better. He also did it to somewhat make his own life better.
You know who, Joe Jackson's case?
No, well, Joe Jackson definitely did, and
well, they don't seem to like denounce him.
They don't denounce him,
or
but
like
in watching because I've literally watched an entire series where it was just following around Venus Williams, And that was a common thing. It's just like
him being like oppressor,
not necessarily oppressive, but it's just
not
like
oppressive, but like pressuring her into like
doing certain things.
He was
It's
still
just
her
like,
manager after all that time.
I don't believe so. I think they
okay.
have other agents and things
He
of that
was just
nature.
around.
But is it? Oh no, they go to all their major tennis matches. They pretty
I
much
didn't know
travel
that.
with them everywhere,
Okay.
and the sisters pay for all that stuff. And like, all right, look, the example that I have inside of my head is that Dad forgets his medication. Instead of going on mechanisms to actually get the medication within the city that he's in and getting the refill, someone comes up and is like, "Hey, Venus, so your dad forgot his medication, and they want you to pay for a round trip flight for them to go back to California because they're in Florida at this point. So pay for them to go back to Florida to go get the medication and then come back, like just for that." And she's just like,
no.
whatever.
No, why would you do that?
Because
I feel like it's a whatever too.
it's just like,
Really?
Yeah, it's a couple $100.
no, it's not
For
a
a
couple
round trip?
one like same day round trip flight. That's not a couple $100.
That's not
Tony.
ever.
Yeah, we're looking at
From
like
Florida.
$800-900 at the most $1,000. It's not a lot of fucking money.
I mean, for them, no. Well,
No,
yes,
just
for them
period.
it is. Because you have to understand, no matter where you are and how much money you have at that point in time, most people live like you are, no matter how much money you make, Tony, no matter what you do, you are still going to be considered working poor because there's a point in time of your life where you understand, like, even though you don't value money, but you understand how much money is worth. And there is a fundamental.
That doesn't change what I'm saying. What you're saying is knowing the value of something. Sure. What I'm saying is it's not worth the hassle that it's going to take to try and get this prescription sent over here, depending on what day of the week it is, depends on how quickly that's going to happen, depends on how quickly that's going to get filled. It's easier to just pay the money, send him back, grab your shit, come back here. That's simpler. So while, sure, it might feel like a gross waste of money, I'm always a pragmatist on like time versus money and expedience and ease of access. This is easier.
Well, it's not easier because you have to spend your no matter what you're doing, you're spending time because you're going to be on planes.
No, he is.
No, he's not. They're sending somebody else.
Okay,
And then he gotta go get it. So
I'm not.
weird.
No. If for Venus's perspective, I'm not getting on the plane to go get this.
I mean, yeah, she's inside the middle of a tennis competition and somebody's coming to me with this.
I don't want my dad to leave.
I mean, I don't know if she directly felt like she was already frustrated because she's already frustrated at a point at this because this was particular when she came back from Shogun's. So she's super stressed out as it is. And she's worried about all this stuff. And you come to me with this.
Them niggas is just spoiled. Can we just get that out the way? It's no point to argue about this.
Like, why are you coming to me with this?
Them niggas
it's
is
not
spoiled.
like
They have earned the right.
I probably already give you a stipend of money.
Right.
So you can't use your own money?
You couldn't call a doctor, hey, doc, plate this patient's prescription and we'll come pick it up, have one of my assistants. We could have did this same day instead of you taking a round trip
I guess if
that's strange.
My parents went to the lengths to help put me on this level where like my affluence is everything and my real worries are like
I don't owe you none of that shit. Come
game
on
competitions. I don't owe you shit, but I don't care about doing it either. It's not that big of a deal. It don't make it doesn't make any.
I mean, that's why I believe that she did it anyway.
But
it's also one of the things
I care about you to the point where this don't mean nothing to me. Sure, it's a quick annoyance, but as quickly as I snap my fingers, as quickly as I'm over that shit, it's petty shit. Why am I mad about petty shit? Like I don't.
You gotta be mad about it. It was just like
it's
5 extra seconds.
Why are you coming to me with this when I'm getting stretched?
This is the
for my
assistant's
match
problem.
for
this
$1
is
million
not me.
fucking dollars.
That's so weird. Why are you telling me about that? My assistant could have handled that for you in a very whatever effective way.
Why did you
done.
make sure that this got passed up to me?
Exact. That's just weird.
Why did you have to make sure that no? Or why couldn't you have paid for it and had me reimburse you later?
Or why couldn't my assistant just took care of this? don't have to hear this dumbass shit right now before a match. You right, $800, $900 in their stature don't mean anything, really, but
it's
why
just
do I care?
It's just like I'm inside this.
I guess I look at it like you always have your parent that's going to like pop up at a random inconvenient moment and like kind of be about them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Like
just how parents are. But that's how parents are.
You're just spoiled.
So why am I like letting that make me feel any type of way? And so that's why I don't think that they feel any type of way.
Reaction.
They haven't had any out. Like most people who have an issue with their parents, when they become affluent, they be like, I didn't fuck with them. I didn't fuck with the way they treated me. Look at the Jacksons. All of them was like, hey, this nigga, he was terrible. Terrible. Make a movie. Show how terrible he was. Horrid. He took this nigga's pet rat.
Boy band.
Yeah. Yeah. Nigga was terrible.
Well, I mean, also as
Janice wasn't even really a feature in the movie. It's like, nah, I still don't fuck with this nigga. He ain't even giving it up to me like he was giving it up to them, and I still don't fuck with this nigga.
She was the youngest out of the entire team. It's just like, you can't do it, Janice. But I'm better than most of they are. Go sit your ass down.
Well, yeah.
Go take these bricks.
Yeah, but so it's just like, I feel like most of the people who have had issues with their parents come out and say, hey, I didn't like them.
I mean, that's not really, it's weird to say this, but that's not really as much of, like, it does happen with African Americans, but not as frequently. Like,
they just spoiled y'all. It's just
I see like all kinds of toxic relationships.
They just
African American, like
That's
shit.
it.
Well, I don't want to talk about Keisha Cole because her mother just passed, but they had a strenuous relationship. I'll say that. A lot of celebrities have openly strenuous relationships with their parents. Rod Wave talks about how his family doesn't call him Noonie no more, which is like his family nickname, and they call him Rod Wave, and that makes him feel weird. So he don't want to hang out with them anymore. He's like, I'm Noonie, and y'all treat me like Rod Wave, and that's not how I want to be perceived by my family. So a lot of artists talk about their issues with families, and I feel like, or just a lot of famous people.
That situation is just weird. Yeah, I just call Rod Wave. Why are you calling me that?
When did this start?
It's just like
you got rich.
It's as soon as you know, like, instead of my cousin Duty, my cousin Rod Wave gets you into places. It is a tool that you can use,
and that makes me feel weird.
Yeah,
but they can still say my cousin Rod Wave. And Rod Wave obviously still like, I don't want to hang out around them, but they're still my family. It's not like he's completely like being vocal about the strenuous relationship that your family has doesn't mean you completely and totally disavow them. Like black people are large proponents of trying to like we try and work it out.
Totally disavow, but I would say that I would expect them to have been vocal at some point, especially during their younger years, where they were more outspoken and to be like.
And I think this is the thing.
Like shit, Beyonce's, I believe, is like moved away from her father, who was like pivotal and like kind of pushing her, like really close with her mother, Miss Tina, but don't hear too much about her dad and things like that. Aubrey's dad kind of pops up. They have a weird relationship. He's from Memphis. He's from somewhere in the South. I don't know how he met his mom in Canada. A lot of that's confusing to me.
Probably out here, gene matching is just like, how can we get the most talented child possible?
I don't know a lot of how that came together. But this nigga's definitely from the South and has like that old school nigga mustache.
Like that weird pen, like kind of like.
How you get up there, nigga?
Yeah,
how she get down there?
Yeah, like 70s dudes, like
yeah,
stash.
Yes,
like it's weird because my father has that sometimes.
Man,
you know it's bad. So now I don't know how he got that, but. On to some
razor
for what? Shaving?
Yeah, because like
getting out of hand there.
No, it's just more so
getting crazy.
It's actually more so just like hair bumps and stuff like that.
He like fucking ham hocks in his green.
Just call this nigga Aubrey.
I mean, that's Drake's name. Drake's
I understand that, but you didn't call him Drake. You called him Aubrey. It's like his mama called him Aubrey, so I'm gonna call him Aubrey.
This nigga look like
sometimes call him Aubrey. It's just what happens.
That's your level of respect for this man as an artist. So Aubrey over here.
It just came out of my mouth. I don't know.
His
I know. That's the reason why. That's actually what makes it more funny, because at a fundamental level, he is Aubrey to you.
Yeah. That's
You
Aubrey.
were that dude from Degrassi that I can't take seriously.
You think his daddy made Drake go get his own Switch? Because it looked like that nigga made him go out to the tree.
No, they didn't
Give me
grow up
something to whoop your
together.
ass with, boy.
But it's like, even at some fundamental level, they're still around each other. They're trying to work things out. And,
Well, yeah, now.
but it's out of in non-minority households when it's just like, when that child looks up to them and say, "Okay, Kelly, leave me the hell alone."
Kelly.
I mean,
Like, did you know your mother's first name?
Kelly.
yeah.
Okay, because I'm a weirdo. I didn't do, like, in 8th or 7th or 8th grade. Somebody asked, "What's your mother's first name?"
In 7th or 8th
Mommy.
grade?
Oh, not 7th or 8th grade. I'm sorry, when I in 3rd or 4th,
Nah,
or
Riley.
2nd or 3rd. It's just like, "What's your mother's first name?" Mommy.
Yeah, Riley came. I remember the moment when Riley was like, Ashley? She looked at me like, Ashley? Yes, Riley, it's that. But she was like 4.
I was like, "What is it?"
Ashley?
Oh, I think it's Alicia. Aleci.
Ashley. That's just we
Nah,
can repeat it over and over again. Ashley.
My little cousin has the same name as my mother,
Mhm.
so she was always called Little Angel. So we call her
Little
mom Big
Angel.
Angel, and there's Little Davila and Big Davila. So it was just kind of like the thing. And then all my friends called her Big Angel, and then she was like,
I wonder how your friends call her Big Angel.
that was the name. Like she just everybody called her Big Angel.
Rangers. Even though that was technically wasn't right.
Not at all. So yeah, everybody called her Big Angel. She was a preschool or kindergarten teacher, one of the two, for me. And all the students there called her Big Angel. So just
Oh, she was just in there.
yeah, she was just there as a teacher. So I've always known her first name as Angel. So I was just like, I call her
Why
mommy.
y'all
I call her mommy now more than I
Did then.
did then. Yeah. I used to call her Big Angel.
No, respect
Or-
my mother.
But no, I didn't care. That's what she wanted to be called. So that's what we call her. It's Big Angel. Yeah. But I don't know how to segue that into any of these topics.
Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, Britney Spears is getting married.
Immediately after the conservative. I don't know. It looks kind of sketch as me. Well, it's not really sketch, but it's like, it's odd.
I'm not marrying you if you're under like ownership.
Your daddy
of
watch you,
your
nigga.
daddy.
Your daddy be babysitting
I
your
want to
ass.
take a trip, and you got to ask your daddy. How that look? We
Nigga, I'm
married.
35.
What do you mean? I mean,
What do you mean? What do you
can-
mean?
Well, no.
Nigga, what?
The only thing about that is, it's just like, I want to take a trip, and you got to ask your daddy if you could spend your money. Yeah. I mean, you want to take the trip. Why don't you pay for both of us? You know what I'm here for. I'm here for your money, bitch.
Shit, nah. He been there for 5 years.
He playing the long. He
Nah.
about to be
How you
Stedman.
engaged for 5 years?
No,
I
they
Yeah,
haven't
Charlie
been
just
engaged for
got
5 years.
Oh.
They were dating for 5 years, and they just got
engaged.
engaged after the conservatory is
Oh,
going
they
to
might have
end.
found a loophole. I mean, I wouldn't allegedly, maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't marry. Like I said,
You wouldn't marry her to get out of that?
no. I mean, if that's not the way, and I know that marrying you still gonna be under dictatorship. I'm not. We can be boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's like
Your whole life is a dictator, and then once we're married, that means that all my assets are also your assets.
What if the marriage break up the
that
dictatorship?
might mean that he got more control over my shit than I would like him to. We're not just segueing this.
you can do a firm set. I mean, you can probably get married and have a firm separation of things.
That's not how that works.
Yeah,
What
you
about
can. You can
California
have things
law?
financially set up, so accounting wise, where you can't separate things, and you can't.
Yeah,
have
but legally, you're considered one entity now.
yeah. So that means if she gets sued as Britney Spears, you don't get sued. But
I'm
it's like,
suing y'all now. I'm not just suing Britney. I'm suing
Suing
y'all.
no, you don't. Well, no. Britney Spears as an entity is probably its own thing, and then you can sue like Britney Spears as in like the person.
Like the LLC.
But I control Britney Spears as a person too.
You can sue Britney Spears.
I told her she couldn't get pregnant.
because you got to be out there saying,
Bro, do you remember? If I can tell this woman she can't get pregnant, I can tell her you can't leave the state. So it's not about the money. You can't go nowhere. You grounded. Get back in the house. How about that?
I'm gonna give you a whooping. This nigga probably texted ass like, let me give you a whooping.
He could have at least waited to the paper acts like.
White people say spanking. I'm going to spank you, Britney.
That sounds way more sexual than I want it to.
They say spankings, don't
I'm gonna
they?
spank you, Britney.
Yeah,
whoa, chill out, Dad. That's
they
not
don't say
a cool thing to do.
Whoopins is I've never heard a white person say, I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I've never heard
No, they say spanking.
That. Yeah, they say spanking.
I'm gonna tan that hide.
Nigga, that sound nasty.
That's, so...
What
on something else that's wild.
Y'all don't have like a Southern family.
Nigga,
that is a
what?
normal thing to say.
They need to
like,
call
boy,
the cops.
I'm about to tear your heart. What you mean? I'm gonna beat your ass so bad it's gonna
something
change.
Wesley Pipes would say while he fucking in his porn.
I'm gonna tear your hide, girl.
You already know how
Come
that nigga
here.
get down. Get over here, nigga.
Why is there a band named Wesley Pipes?
You never heard of Wesley? Damn.
No, I'm not out here looking for male porn
Look
stars.
at Wesley, but that nigga is hilarious. He said some of the
I refuse to watch Wesley Pipes.
Yo, that nigga make you
I don't
laugh.
watch any other porn niggas. No, I know them, but I don't watch any of them.
Man,
It's like
just watch for the pure laugh.
I feel like
factor.
that's just for the
what
women.
the fuck did you just
and
say?
I don't know what they be doing the most. Like,
Man, that should be funny. You
niggas
like
are so terrible.
you just still rub your pussy listening to this nigga talk about breakfast. Still fuck is happening.
Breakfast.
They be terrible. They're the worst.
You know who else is terrible?
No, this is amazing. Nicki Minaj's fans march on the CDC chanting, she told the truth on vaccines. This was in Atlanta.
They vetted that, tracked her cousin down, and determined that she lied. That Trinidad actually went through that thing, and they actually wasted man hours on this. Because it's like, oh shit, this might actually be some type of like unknown like symptom. They actually went forward and they researched it, and they actually have like the Minister of Health for Trinidad is actually on video talking about this. And it's like, we wasted so many man hours on this.
So this article says Nicki Minaj supporters marched on Atlanta's headquarters of the CDC, chanting the pop star told the truth with her bizarre comments about COVID vaccines. More than a dozen protesters shouted through a loudspeaker Wednesday in defense of Nicki Minaj's baseless fears about the jabs, including that a cousin's friend was left impotent with swollen testicles. Nicki Minaj told the truth to me. Fauci lied to me, the rabble chanted. The fact that they call them rabble is my favorite part of this
The
article.
rabble rousers.
Imagine y'all are both on sync with that.
We've been through this before.
But the fact that y'all just still...
No, she's a pop star. She's not a rapper anymore.
But yeah.
We reclassified her.
Referring to the White House infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, who said that this week there's no evidence backing Minaj's claims.
So she's just out here making stuff up. That's dumb. She real thirsty.
She didn't really. The people took it and ran with it. Like, they made it more than what it really was.
What did she say in the beginning?
So
she sent out a tweet.
What was the tweet? Is it on this page? Can you look so I can read it?
I know it happened, but it's not on this page.
Oh, okay.
Then for some reason they didn't quote the
you
original
need to
tweet.
not. I don't want to see these ugly white.
Dazed and confused.
So what happened is Nicki Minaj had COVID. Her fans were like, "Why are you not going to the Met Gala?" And she basically said that she had COVID. It was really hard for her not to be able to spend time with her child. And so she's opting to spend time with her child because that's what she wants to do as a mom.
Makes sense.
Then she also said that then they were like, "Oh, did the Met Gala make you get vaccinated or deny you because you didn't get vaccinated?" And she was like, "No, I'm not vaccinated, but they didn't deny me. I'm not going because I want to be home with my kid." But then she started saying the other stuff too. She said, "I want to do my own research and figure out more about the vaccine before I decide to actually get it." She might still be breastfeeding, so might be some valid reasons not to get the.
As a mother, she has more valid reasons because it's just like same reason my sister didn't get it because it's just like she's predisposed. One where she doesn't have Pfizer and she didn't have access to the 2-dose one. She only had Johnson & Johnson and Johnson & Johnson can give women blood clots and kill them. So in the American South, it's like
yeah. So
where did swollen testicles thing came from?
So then she said that. Plus, she's like. Plus, I heard my cousin said that one of his friends.
You can't. It's very difficult to get. It's very difficult to get tone from text. She could be completely and totally joking or dead serious.
Said one of our friends' testicles got swollen. And he was impotent. And he was about to get married the next week, and the girl called off the wedding. And so that's what she said. But she said all the normal shit and the regular. Hey, I'm gonna do my own research. I want to be around my kids, so that's why I'm not going. I had COVID, so I had to quarantine and not be around my kid because I have COVID. That was hard as a mother, so I want to spend extra time with my kid. I'm a new mom. All that is normal, and then everybody just latched on to the fact that she said this like random thing about her cousin, which is I think it's like more of a joke of her just talking shit. At that point, it's like, why y'all bothering me about?
Oh, well, now you got this actual rocket scientist out here looking dumb.
Everybody out here like, went crazy about
why
it.
She was. It would only be funny if she's at home. It's just like, why is this the thing?
Why they keep giving celebrities this much power?
They don't
give a fuck.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So she said all that, and then people took it and went wild with it, and then
why celebrities have that much power? Because dumb people listen to celebrities. There's entire religions based off the dumb celebrities.
You know what I finally watched today? I finally watched the second Spider-Man today with Mysterio. Right before he died, he said people want to believe in anything, so I'm gonna give them something to believe in. So I wanted to do this. And I couldn't agree more. Now that I've seen this, I'm like, damn, everybody just wants something to believe in. I guess it's Nicki Minaj is a couple of people's saviors. I don't understand.
I don't understand why I don't know. Fandoms are weird and they cape super hard for anything. Like I got people are review bombing Dune because the director talked some shit about comic book movies. Mm-hmm. Like you got people marching on the CDC because
everybody got a voice now, and I'm not sure this is the greatest thing.
Like Nicki Minaj literally could have tweeted afterwards, "It was a joke," and probably no one would have cared.
I think fandoms make sense.
Mm-hmm. They're fanatics.
Yeah, so
they make sense.
Are like, I don't understand why people are so crazy with their fans. Fan is short for fanatic. When you're a fanatic about something, generally willing to go that extra mile that most normal people are not. Most people who just like something are like, I like that, but nah, I'm not doing that.
That's why I stopped calling myself a fan of a lot of things. It's like, I will defend this to my death. No, I won't. Nothing's worth that, probably.
Exactly.
So it's just like...
Imagine you said probably.
I mean, there are certain aspects. They're probably family members. Or
he said probably family. He said maybe. If I like you.
Depending upon the family member. I'm dead serious. There are family members that if I saw a truck going down the street and I looked at them, and it's just, are you family or are you just a familial? Just like, are we relatives? You're a relative. Truck speed up.
Truck speed up. Do not slow
We're
down.
all better off without you. Do you have life insurance?
Do you have family members that complain about money, but they got a skill that they won't use to make no money?
Everyone that I know is inside of the field that they probably are best in.
My mother be having bomb ass business ideas. Like she had the one about going to like old folks' home and like talking on the phone with them or just spending time with them and just get purely paid off of that. I'm like, bruh, that's amazing.
And you could probably charge $20 an hour and charge that shit to Medicaid. Old people's sanity maintaining.
Bruh, you could do that. And she just was like, and she wanted to do things with like kids and stuff. And I've been hearing her talking about this for a very long time.
You could probably get old people. And you could probably get people to volunteer to talk to the old people. That shit's fire. That's easy money. It's like
such a
get volunteers.
Why won't you do it?
I don't. Nigga, you asking me why I don't know why boomers do anything? Don't be asking me that question. Why don't boomers do anything?
Are your parents boomers or are they Generation Z?
Hey, boom booms.
Generation X, I mean.
Hey, boom booms.
Generation X.
My mom
That means your parents are...
Hey, boom booms.
Because my father and my mother are Generation X.
No, my father, they're boom booms.
The Generation X.
What year is Generation X?
Generation X is pretty much our, like... Oh, my goodness. We about to...
I can find it real quick on my phone. It's probably faster than you do it on the computer.
Probably, because there's a general delay on this.
Yeah, she got be coming up with the maze. She just hit me in the kitchen one day. Ash, what do you think about this? I think it's amazing. I think you should start.
The 60s to the 80s.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they boom booms. Both of them was born right in the tail end. My dad is 59. My mom is 57.
Oh, your parents were older than mine.
Boom booms.
Oh, you're the first people I've actually... That means your parents had you in their 30s, too.
They had me in their 30s.
Yeah, but they had you inside your later 30s, in their later 30s, where mine had theirs inside the older 30s or younger 30s. Because I think my mother was like 32 when she had me or something, and my father was like 34, 30.
That's crazy. You ever think about that?
I'm happy.
I've already had a child at 20, and I just can't believe like I did anything and thought that. So when I got 20-year-olds today, I'd be like, damn, was I that fucking stupid?
I mean, I don't know, the level of logic that I got from 30-year-olds as opposed to 20-year-olds. I'm just sitting up here like, I don't know. I don't want to raise anybody as a 20-year-old. Like, I'm not done raising myself.
Right. So you just like, damn, what
were y'all?
Fuck?
So when my sister had a kid at 18, it's just like, you don't even know your whole self.
But you'd be looking like, what?
How do you? It's just like, I didn't know this wasn't what I wanted.
You don't know anything.
You're 18 years old.
You don't know anything. Then you gotta look at this old little baby that don't know shit either. Equally, like, he knows less shit than already your dumb ass don't know.
Like, I do know shit very well. Here, take this.
Yep, they both boom booms.
But I don't know. You can't trust online fandoms. So I don't know.
So your family, you don't know anyone that just doesn't take use of their skills?
I feel like everyone is operating inside their fullest of capacity. Like my cousin does ASL stuff. That's what she went to school for, and that's what she does. She's really good at it. She does ASL contract work. The only person I know of that doesn't actually use his degree is her husband.
I mean, more like retired people.
Oh, retired people?
Yeah.
None of my family members are retired.
Your grandmother, your mom.
Grandmother was a teacher. She taught all her life. Mom is not retired.
I feel like my grandmother, she'd be doing hella research.
Mm-hmm.
And research is a very expensive thing to pay for. She does research for other people for free.
What research?
Family tree research. She'll research and build family trees and your whole history and lineage and shit like that.
But she's
is that what she up there doing on that laptop?
That's all she does all day.
That's a whole service that people pay hundreds of dollars for.
Yes.
Well, how do you feel about why?
She refuses to make money from it. I'm trying to convince her to make money from it.
That don't make no sense.
To just why do everything gotta be capitalized? As a woman who's completely and totally obsessed about you getting a job. It's just
that's my point. She's the one that keeps talking to me. How you gonna make extra money? Bitch, I can make money with the same check coming in every month. So if you're not worried about how you gonna make extra money, how the fuck you gonna talk to me about making extra money? What are we talking about here? What are we doing?
That's more not like the minute you actually brought that full circle is just like, that don't make no sense.
Yes. And so I've been like, you can get paid for this. And she's like, well, I don't necessarily might want to do it. I just be doing it for myself and I don't want to do it for others. Grandma, you've done it for other people for free. Well, yeah.
I'm doing it for myself with doing it for free. It's just like...
So you do it for other people for free. You do it for yourself for free. You could charge the other people and make good money.
Even if you even if you charge half of what like Ancestry charges, which is sometimes wild. It's just like, I've seen people get checks for like $250 for the entire family tree because they do different levels of research.
Mm-hmm.
And they just got all the information. And by the way, don't put your DNA inside of that shit. It's a very bad idea. It goes in the federal registries. So if someone just walks in and your grandmother like, hey, Tony, can I get your D&O? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think people understand. Like, you sending your whole spit off to somewhere else. Like, part of you is going somewhere.
And I don't do
It's not
that.
even that. It's just the fact that they're using federal databases and actually adding you to things. So if you do a crime, they can get a hit off of your ancestry swab.
Ew.
All I know is she needs to
Monetize her skill set.
yeah, like stop talking to me about what I need to be doing and worry about
The
yourself.
book is done. The book is
It's
done.
not even about that. It's like she talk about money. I wish I was making. She always. It's not even that she like ain't got money. She just complains because
she doesn't have more money.
Social Security don't give her more money.
Mhm.
And she said, and I be like, so if you want more money, why you not doing nothing to get it? Don't you talk
if
to me
I'm
all the
for real,
time
for
about
real
how to
about
make more
this,
money?
like if I'm for real looking at this, I'm looking at directly at their generation. You know the reason why Social Security doesn't give you more money? Because y'all let Ronald Reagan happen. This is y'all fault.
They
Yeah.
don't want to. I'm not trying to change no fucking boomer. Fuck that.
I'm not trying to change. I'm just trying to just understand, like, how dare you?
It's just
come
like,
to
how
me?
are you this upset about things and it's all your fault?
But you
Not
see,
even that. I don't care about that. How dare you ask me about what I'm doing and you unwilling to do any of the things that you want me to do?
Man, you are indignant.
Yeah, leave me alone.
It's just like
Leave me the fuck alone. I make the
it's
same.
like Tony rarely hits you with the
indignant.
how dare you?
Yeah, 'cause it's like,
Somebody
bruh,
hit you with the how dare you.
we got the same shit going on, and you feel comfortable in sitting here all day doing whatever the fuck you want to do, laying on your bed sometimes. Some days you just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just lay in the bed. Other days you be dotted off on the couch. I walk in, I see you just head drooped on the couch like, grandma, wake up.
I wouldn't sleep.
Yeah, like,
I hate when people say I wasn't sleeping.
so you be just having a whole day just enjoying life.
And I can't do the same thing when I've already served my
You
country.
worried about what I'm doing. I got a check coming like you. You ain't worried about making more checks, right? You got a skill to make more checks, and you just told me nah. But I got to be worried about this.
I
That
mean,
shit's-
honestly, you could probably like all you really need to do is with your income. If you make like another couple hundred more a week, you're probably fine.
I just know that I don't understand why she should just
Why you all up in mine?
go
And
go
you
do some
upset
research
with
for
yours.
somebody. Make some money. Can I be like, I don't complain about how much I get. You complain all the time. You could make more money if you wanted to.
Like,
Like one of us is complaining about the situation and not doing anything actively to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
I make my money work for me. I don't know.
like you're out here navigating databases and figuring out what slave ship people got off of.
Bruh.
Like, how do you even get this documentation?
Bruh, she
You paid
finds
to get
all
this.
the documents. She is a part of like everything, so she just got access. Like she got a charge. I'm about
I'll
to make
pay her.
her.
I feel bad.
I'm
yo.
about to make her start charging.
Yo,
Like,
I'll give you
your
$10.
grandfather's
She like,
slave name was this, but his African name.
I give you $10.
was
Yo, $20 be
such
the
and such
shit
and
to
such.
them niggas.
It's like, how'd you get their African name? Oh, I built the time machine to go back there.
But she like,
This is what you wasted time machines on, Grandma.
She
You
like
built the
cookies.
time machine to go back in time to figure out
I
what
get her
someone's
some
like.
cookies. I don't know what the fuck your grandma like. I get her some cookies. She like cake. They love getting cakes.
Everybody
She
likes
like-
carrot cakes.
peanut butter and mayo.
I'm not
we've
getting
been
her
over
that.
this.
I told you. I know what she likes.
That
She
just
likes
felt
peanut butter
stuck
and
in my
mayo.
throat. I don't know why.
Oh,
Fucking Nubian queen. What the hell y'all putting this woman under? Anyway, I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. She like Pepsi. Every old nigga. She like butter pecan ice cream, don't she?
You know what? 24 states are suing Biden. So half of the country.
a little bit less.
Go to the article.
A little less than half
What are
the
they trying to
country.
sue him about?
The
fucking
mandate.
vaccine mandate.
Oh, you can't do anything about that because he only did it for federal employees, which he controls. What the fuck you out here saying?
24 states on Thursday threatened legal action against President Biden for recent vaccine requirements if his administration does not change course.
Go ahead,
Fight
do
back. Fight back. That's what I'm talking
it.
about.
No, you can't really fight back.
Try.
So, in a letter addressed to the president, Biden, 24 Republican state attorneys generals urged the president to reconsider his decision to require companies with more than 100 employees to mandate vaccinations and frequent coronavirus testing for workers, calling the plan disastrous and counterproductive. Mr. President, Your vaccination mandate represents not only a threat to individual liberty, but a public health disaster that will displace vulnerable workers and exacerbate a national health crisis with severe consequences for all Americans.
I would have exacerbated that national
health staffing crisis.
Oh, health staffing crisis. All the people quit out anyway. So, again, how are you exacerbating this?
I know they're also suing. Schools are being sued now because they're requiring vaccines.
That's not going to follow through because people have been requiring vaccines for God knows how long. It's actually funny. All the states that are fighting this the most actually have the most stringent vaccine requirements already in place.
I mean, to say schools require vaccines is not necessarily true.
No, they do.
So I didn't have all my medical records when I went to school, and all you have to do is sign a waiver saying that if there's an outbreak of this, you'll leave campus.
Oh, are you talking about for college?
Yeah.
Yo, your college was a private entity. They can run things for the most part how they want to. But an undergrad, for state schools, yeah, they require that. And they get your medical records.
I mean, they got my medical records. They were just like, well, it didn't say there's one shot on there, but you can just sign this waiver and then
also for record
fine
keeping
to come here.
And for record keeping and stuff like that, most people understand that, like if you got some of your vaccinations, the likelihood that you didn't get them all is very low. Because for the most part, a lot of them happen inside of set intervals. So it's just like, there's a trend here. Like, why would you get a vaccination for measles and not get one for mumps? That'll make no sense. That mumps vaccine, that'll get you.
Oh, Biden told the Republicans to have at it.
His old ass.
It's just like, go ahead, do it. Because it's not going to work. Because even under your state law already, you already mandate things. So based on the legal precedent, it's just not going to work. And you're going to waste your state's money. And most of these states are already broke as it is.
Broke as it is. I mean, how do y'all feel about like the vaccine becoming more mandated? I know Charles doesn't really care because you already have the shot.
Fuck that shit. Like a man.
What does that do with that? Like a man is such a fucking terrible thing to say, Charles. Stop being toxic.
You've been I got stabbed twice in the muscles. And I don't like needles.
Me neither.
I mean,
getting a tattoo is not a needle.
Getting stabbed repeatedly with needles.
It's
you
got it's definitely pointy, but it doesn't go in you like a
thought it was a needle.
I mean, it's a needle that stops very underneath your skin. And
I mean, kind of.
And if you want to get tattooed the old way, which is get a needle into some sponge and someone just taps it with the rock repeatedly.
Man, that shit look terrible. But also something I would do if I ever had the chance. I started watching Ed Hardy and his tattoo journey. Yo, what a great he's actually a really great artist besides like being known what he's known for. I watched the whole documentary on him.
Making them jeans and taking things. Those are needles.
This is nowhere near the same thing that you're stabbing me with when I get a shot.
You've been holding out for a pill for a really long time.
I would really like a pill.
It's really bizarre. It's just really bizarre where you draw the line at. And I don't like needles, period. But
yeah, like getting a tattoo doesn't
bother you, but for the long needle.
Because realistically, most of that's not going in you. So with the long pointed one, that's for outlining. That they just kind of drag across your skin and it's sharp. The other one, which kind of looks like a clipper blade, it is flat and it just kind of goes up and down like that. And it's what they use to color. And they just go back and forth, kind of raking your skin with that to get the color to take.
Raking sounds worse than stabbing.
I mean, sure, there's...
sounds pleasant.
I mean...
What did I do to myself?
I can acknowledge that if it happens over a course of time, yes, this is more painful. But in the one instant, let's say you do this one time, that one time, or give me a shot one time, what's more painful? The shot. The shot is infinitely more painful.
Now, to add context, I'm looking at Tony, and it doesn't look like Tony has. Maybe your back shoulders were a shorter session, but like your actual biceps, triceps, shoulders, all them sessions look like they at least took 3 hours a pop. Maybe your A was short.
I don't know why we comparing pain. I don't want to hurt. Like, don't hurt me.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to hurt, but I'm just saying, like, everybody's like, "Oh,
everyone's
are you afraid of
you have tattoos?"
Yeah,
Listen, I don't want to hurt. I didn't want to hurt. I knew I had to. I don't want to. If
you don't have
an easier
to.
Way.
You don't have to. You could have just opted out of getting the tattoo. You wanted the tattoo, so that means you were willing to take the sacrifices.
Exactly, and I want to feel better, so I'm willing to take the poke. But I wish there wasn't pain involved in any of this.
I mean, everyone wishes.
I just know that getting a shot hurts a lot more.
No, it don't. Somebody doing this to you one time that hurt more than this.
So as a person who has taken that vaccine, I will admit, like,
you'd rather get a tattoo?
No, it's just like there's just prolonged pain because, like, at the injection site, you can, like, y'all feel it.
So
it sucks.
What I'm saying is not the entire tattoo process. Obviously, that's going to be more pain because it's longer. Mm-hmm. But if they just hit you with the needle one time, like, zzz, and a little of the scraping needle zzz, one time, that hurts a lot less than them injecting you with something.
Also, Tony don't like being sick.
And I don't like things. Yeah, no, I don't like it. And this,
so like
says,
this
this
actually purposely making him sick is just like wild. That
sounds dumb. I have a really high immune system. I don't get sick.
It's just like y'all gonna make me sick and compromise my perfect immune system.
Put something in your body to make you sick.
This doesn't make you all the way sick.
Box with niggas that was dropping left and right from the vid, and I was just in there plugging along, going to work.
Teflon Don.
So I mean,
just out here.
If I can make it there, I feel like I'm pretty safe in my house and going to the gym. And now I'm back in the sauna too. Since I went to the doctors, they said she was cool up there. I'm back in the sauna now. It's good.
Oh, what was that? I don't know if you want to talk about that now.
It was
Tony getting stabbed and cut.
A cyst, a benign cyst. Yeah. They said some other like sciencey terms when they did
the post.
They did
biopsy and all that other shit.
Yeah, they did a biopsy on it and then told me like the actual breakdown of it, but I didn't care about that.
Can you take it out?
My stitch is good. No, that was after. That was when I just saw him. I was like, my stitch is good. I was like, yeah, no infection. Everything's cool. I told them I got a little lightheaded when I worked out. They said, probably take it a little easy. I said, I understand.
But your stitches actually dissolved and they're all gone?
No, they're dissolving though.
Oh. Man, they could have just taken the stitches out. It just feels like it would have been good already by now.
I don't want them to rip stitches out of my head. I'm cool with them.
I mean, now, obviously, but like back in the day when they used to just have to cut the stitches and let everything heal naturally, it feels like it would have already been done.
Yeah, but that sounds terrible. I've never had stitches taken out. Every time
I've had stitches directly on my chin because my sister knocked me off my bike.
Nah, I had stitches in my neck too, but I've never had stitches where you had to like come back and cut them bitches out. That sounds terrible.
And they would have had to like cut a patch in the side of your head. So I mean, they would have been like one low section.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. I'm good. Leave me alone. These are just
they would have had to like save the side of your head.
No, I don't want that. I cut my own hair so they wouldn't have to do that. I don't want them to
just do stuff.
Yeah, with a random razor.
It's not random. It
is.
It's sanitary. Everything that they're using. If you did not trust them to cut your hair, like shave your hair, Jesus Christ, you shouldn't trust them to do surgery on you. Like if they can't get a razor sanitary.
No, that's not fair. They're skilled in surgery. They don't know how to cut black people's hair. I feel like that's a legitimate thought process.
Like, whoa. It has nothing to do with your ability to actually do that. It has like, how many
black people's hair have you cut for real? Like he fade anybody?
How many razor blades do you have on there? Oh, that's just one? Ooh, that's not gonna work.
When you give somebody a haircut, do you go by the number? You say, do you want a 1 or 2? And you mean by the little blade thing? Because if you do, I don't want to get a haircut from you. I need to know, like, I want a taper fade, and I want you to know what that means.
I like hearing about people's military stories when they get in that chair and they just go, yeah.
Oh, I have a crazy story. I have 2 stories about this. So the first time, they do just air up your head. There's a vacuum attached to it.
Really?
It's just so weird. they attach the vacuum to it and just like kind of like grab your head and just you moving your head all around, all rough and shit, and fucking vacuuming the hair away. Such a weird experience. My first time with a vacuum and someone cutting my hair. It's like, this is so weird. And then my haircut was terrible.
Yeah.
But I ended up going a second time because they may get haircuts regularly. But I didn't have to go the rest of my trip because I had another appointment. So I pulled my groin.
By chance.
Yeah, but randomly by chance during a drill.
While he's getting his haircut.
No, I pulled my groin, and so that's why I had to go to the doctor.
Wild shit happens when you get your haircut, ass.
Then
you haven't had a boy.
Ended up going to the doctor by the barber by myself. They give me a dope ass fade. Everybody in the fucking door was hella mad. They're like, they cut your shit nice. I was like,
look at this crispy
I didn't
ass.
ask them to. I just sat down and said that, hey, I had an appointment.
Do you realize that's an actual thing that you can just do in the military is just be the barber?
Yeah, I know that.
It's just like, I don't know. Everyone talks about everybody in the military like, yeah, they out there fighting on the front lawn. Like, they're like,
I mean, you won't stay a barber for long. Like, because that's services. And so they rotate you in services so you don't have to do one thing. Because, like, the service people, they run, like, our gyms. And they also run the cafeterias.
I don't ever want cafeteria duty. I just want the cool random things.
So, no, you get cycled through everything. So everybody gets a chance to do all the different things.
Yeah, but not everybody can cut hair.
Yeah, what if you're stuck as a barber?
They teach you. They teach you everything in the military. They don't give a fuck what skills you came with. They're gonna teach you how to do it their way.
Oh, okay. I was just threw you over there like you want services here,
no.
bitch. Get services.
Just like, I feel like the people in services can leave and actually have applicable skills. And it's just like, what are you doing? I'm graduated from barber college. I have I have my license to be a self. I got all these licenses. I'm like Soldier Boy, except for licenses to run businesses.
Yeah, they'll show you how to cook, and like they really cook. Like they would do like the Mongolian style barbecue cooking on the stovetop.
Over here, slicing and dicing like it's Benihana. It's just like
they would make full like steaks and shit like that. It was no, like they would really get down and like do their little chef thing. They would have all like the prepared stuff that you could just kind of they'd have staples, but then they would do like a specialty dinner meal every night. So. And
everybody else is just out here fight. I want to be a fighter pilot. Yeah, y'all out here dying. I'm staff sergeant to cooking up these steaks.
I mean, yeah, you can still be all hella high rank, but in the kitchen cooking. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't just get to stay and do the one fun thing. They'll be like, all right, we're going to move you over here.
Okay.
It's just like, what you about to do? I'm mowing the lawn.
Yeah, no, niggas cut the grass. Like some people.
All these things have to be done.
Yeah.
And everybody in the service is always fighting for these glory positions. And it's just like, I don't want to be no grunt. I want to mow the lawn.
What's your special forces called? Parafighters, right?
They're Air Force paratroopers. Navy is SEALs. Marines don't really have one. Army is Rangers.
Oh, okay.
The Marines do have one.
Do they?
It's called Special Forces.
He just wrote the niggas out. I ain't got shit.
It's just called Special Forces. So we don't talk about them. But
all right, Marines are like
these are Special Forces. They're simple with their shit. Hey, we're not coming up with no cute name.
Like, what do you do?
Special.
We murder people.
You're special.
You send us here. We're the first people in, last people out, and when we leave, we're blowing shit up too.
You're a ranger. You can be a paratrooper.
SEAL.
You can be a SEAL.
Because I feel like SEALs talk like that.
But inside of my
the only reason I say that is because there's this SEAL from Pokemon, like the series, and that's how he actually says SEAL.
Really?
So SEAL the Pokemon just says SEAL.
Crack me
It's
up.
from the Misty episode when they
I know exactly what you're talking about. The fact that you're referencing SEAL from
You see how his references be so... You really got to be like, nigga, where did you pull that from?
Why are you here?
This is why I feel every time.
It's what I think every single time.
Like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Now you on the recipient end of that shit. You see how you baffled? Yeah, you see how are we here? How did you know that? How did you bring that up?
Just why? Why are we here?
He knew exactly what I was talking about.
Exactly. That's why his head
That's the reason why he was just like, well, I didn't actually want to be on this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't engage it. I didn't need it. I left it where it was at. But yeah, no, you can inside of being a firefighter, you're part of the civil engineering squadron, which is weird. So we work with like all the other like
normal people.
Yeah, we work with plumbers and construction workers and all these other people, and then it's us. And it's like, I don't understand how we are inside of this squadron.
And you niggas fighting clogs.
Because you are providing a public service. Firefighters are a public service.
The security forces, which is our cops, is not a part of it.
That's...
Yeah, so I don't understand.
Okay, you want to know a police entity that's universally disliked? Nobody really likes the MPs, and it's very, very bizarre.
No, security forces was cool. I fucked with them for real.
That's because you were a firefighter.
Well, yeah, they like
it's like
they
for
would
the
be inside of our dispatch
things.
station all the time, so we had a lot of like close contact. My roommate was an MP. His buddy was an MP. Like, yeah, no. So
like
I had
you're
a lot
side
of
of
MP
this
friends.
like military entity, and it's just like, yeah, we're all about structure and all this other stuff, but fuck the police. What? y'all are part of the police. You guys are part of the police. You guys are part of this
if
brand.
If they're not your friends, they snitches.
Like, you are part of the
brand. Getting in trouble. You be getting in trouble with them niggas. Like, sometimes you coming through the gate a little questionable and you need someone to hold you down.
It's just like,
they don't be holding you down if they don't fuck with you.
He looks drunk.
Bruh, I've been able to get through the gate without showing my badge so many times because I know everybody that's working. How y'all doing? How's your night been? Because I work dispatch, so I'm here every other night, all night with you guys. So y'all know me. Other nights, they'd be like, or like, you know, sometimes you don't want your car searched. And it's random. And sometimes you know that, all right, it's been a couple of times where they ain't searched no cars. You probably about to get hit, but they know you. Oh, he's about to hit you. Thank God you know me, and I don't gotta deal with that because now I gotta just stand there. Ain't nothing in my car, but I gotta get out, stand here while you niggas just go through shit for no reason, then be like, all right, have a nice day, and then I just...
Like, oh, filed some condoms. What were you out there doing?
It's just stupid shit, and then they let you go about your business. I don't have time for this dumbness.
What are you doing? Popping your girlfriend.
I'm not breaking anything on base. That's crazy. So I would like to just go home.
I'm just gonna smoke the weed out there.
I didn't even smoke weed at that time. I didn't smoke weed at all while I was in the military.
It's honestly, the people who are gonna smuggle it in are the people who
they drug test so regularly in the military. That was crazy. Like they gave us a vacation. It was some fugazi shit.
They out here setting traps.
They gave us a vacation to go home for Christmas. And they told us it was called Exodus. They were like, yeah, y'all could just go home. And then ended up being like, yeah, well, when we said y'all could go home, we really meant that y'all could go home, but we was going to use y'all vacation time for it. All right, cool. So we got less vacation time coming out of the basic trader than most people normally would have, but that's fine. Whatever.
At least we got to go home.
But as soon as we got home, we got piss tested.
It was a trap.
As soon as we got back. All right, next day, everybody show up to this room for piss testing. I don't have to pee, bro. I was in there for like 3 hours because I just didn't have to pee.
Like, give me some water.
And then it's weird because it's not like a normal piss test where you go into a room and you just pee and then come out and hand them the cup. You got to go in there and then they stare at your dick while you're peeing so they can actually see that you're peeing into the cup and it's not fake.
Your pee-pee.
Yep.
Pee came out there for the penis.
You know how awkward it is to just have someone just staring at your dick while you're trying to take a piss? So this is not helping me. And I know you don't want to be here either. So this is not good for either one of us.
This is terribly awkward.
This is a weird situation. And you upset because I don't have to pee.
Could y'all just put cameras in here?
They could, but that's also illegal.
Weird.
It's illegal to put cameras in the bathroom.
On a whole different level.
It's like federally illegal.
Oh, well, I mean, you're a federal entity, so you can't be out here breaking federal crimes.
Yeah, so no cameras in any bathrooms or like anything like that. That's why there's never any cameras in like a store bathroom. That's why you can.
Also I guess that's technically why it's illegal to be on your phone while it's inside the bathroom.
You're not really supposed to, but yeah, you can go inside of. That's why you can still inside the bathroom.
Whole epiphany.
No, they got that in the locker rooms when I go to the Y. He'd be like, "Don't bring your phone out." I'm like, I don't really have to, so I understand.
Oh, but there's always somebody who's just like
on their phone FaceTiming.
Well,
What
hey,
you hear me say? What he
what
say?
you-
I'm like, man, my titties is out. Can you just lift that up just a little bit?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
she
yeah,
got some
no,
big
it's,
ass
it's
titties
very
too.
unacceptable behavior to have
You
your
just look
phone
that phone up.
or
You just tell your friend you call
Or
her
it could
back.
just be a dude. It's just be like, hey man, what's going on? Oh shit, what's she out here doing? What's her name?
You just.
Hey yo, girl.
I just need you to hit pause on the FaceTime real quick. I don't mind phone conversations.
I don't understand why people
But
just
the
be FaceTiming
FaceTime?
willy nilly. It's just like, honestly, there's some things that just didn't need to be invented, like FaceTime. It's
no,
like,
you knew FaceTime was coming when Skype came.
yeah,
Mm.
they can't have Microsoft having something and them not have it.
Not even that. You just knew that, all right, if we can talk to each other on our computers
We can do it on
and
our
everything
phones.
that our computer can do, our phone can do, eventually. And then there was Skype for your phone.
Yeah, Skype still exists on your phone.
Yeah.
I hate it.
They didn't optimize it. And I mean, you can't really because it's never going to be integrated. So,
Like it is with like the Google
Duo,
and that.
I
But
FaceTime, yeah.
I don't ever video call people, and if I do by accident, it's just like I don't want to see your face.
I FaceTime people when their phones don't.
Yeah,
ring.
you said specifically they use different mechanisms, so that means you can get around certain things. I think you can still FaceTime people if your phone's off too.
Yeah, like if their
Control
phone's
Wi-Fi.
not ringing or going straight to voicemail, you can FaceTime and it'll normally ring and like go through.
Didn't set it
So
up before
I
you
do
take
that, but other than that, I honestly, and at that point, I don't want to FaceTime you. I just am trying to get in contact with you, and this is the only way. I've tried all the other methods, and none of them have worked. So
I just don't understand.
Get
hear
my
now.
face, nigga.
It's just like
yeah.
I get it. Y'all like looking at each other a lot, but people who like fall asleep on FaceTime with one another is just like, oh, it's so cute. No, it isn't. Leave me alone.
Y'all want to talk about Texas?
Tejas.
How y'all feeling about Texas? Y'all want to talk about it?
Tejas.
Or we can
Oh.
talk about goals
We're
and
being a
completing
giant
projects
ass
and things
fool.
like that.
Like there are companies who are leaving Texas ad nauseum because of this abortion law. So, I mean, it seems like, well, I mean, they don't actually tax people's paychecks. So, but
The companies leaving is fine.
I mean, it's fine relatively. I mean, if
for
you-
them, because there's no state income tax.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Texas is a real weird state. It's ad nauseum.
I mean, I lived in Texas for a couple of years, so it was interesting.
That
Interesting
just
is a
sounds
nice
It
way.
was,
fun to
it was
visit.
nice. My checks were never taxed for the state. It was, I was like, oh, this is cool.
I mean, yeah, that's always nice, but it's just like y'all out here being fugazi. But I guess the attorney general's suing Texas. We'll see what happens with
Yeah.
this.
How well
San Antonio.
the federal government is suing Texas
Yes,
because the way they did the law, the state people can't sue them. They circumvented
the justice system,
somehow. Yeah.
and that's
I think it's because they're allowing people, they're deputizing all the citizens in the state of Texas and allowing them to turn in people who commit these crimes. And you can also make up to $10,000. Would y'all turn in people for $10,000?
Turn in somebody that had an abortion
Yeah.
for $10K?
Yep.
No. It's not enough money to be a snitch.
What if it's someone you don't know? You could hit 10 people real quick and make $100,000.
10 people
On
real
tax.
fast.
And
I
that's
don't have that
$100,000.
time.
just sit outside of the
You
secret
just
abortion
you
clinic.
just looking for niggas that got that's none of your business. If you don't go to fuck
That's none of
home,
your business.
As of
Like,
this
you
point,
just
actually, the
sitting out
state
here?
of Texas made it my business. They deputized
Yeah.
me.
this is none of your business.
I'm
for a
Deputy
band,
Rogers,
for a
madam.
hundred- Oh, okay. Go ahead. Round them up.
Let me know what you're doing.
Get your
Just
cowboy
be
hat
a designated hitter.
on and
Go to
your
Texas.
abortion rope.
I'm motherfucking wrangling. I'm gonna be wrangling all you motherfuckers.
Ring them in. Make your money.
No,
That's
it's just,
nobody
but yeah, I just
tell
think it's
me
hilarious that they're like, yeah, we'll
nothing.
give you $10,000 to.
Y'all
That's
real thirsty to
wild.
stop this. Y'all stay. I was like,
They said they're gonna stop rape,
stop.
so
it.
all pregnancies should be
Completely
consenting and ones that y'all wanted.
We stopping rape.
Yeah,
And if you
you-
don't want to have a baby, you know what you could do? Don't have sex. How about that?
You know what? if honestly, if
Just
they
don't have
managed to
sex.
stop rape, I'm gonna study what they did. Because it's like, what are y'all doing? Oh, we hired the ninjas from Ninja Assassin, and whenever anybody pops up to try to rape someone, dead.
All I'm saying is they said they're going to stop rape, and if you don't want to have an abortion and you don't want to have a baby, you could always just choose abstinence, not have sex.
Don't fuck.
Yeah. I mean,
is that
next
not a
step
choice?
is making condoms illegal.
Don't fuck.
No, well, you can wear condoms. Just you can't have sex. Just stop having sex. If you don't want to, if you like, hey, I'm not ready to be a parent right now, and you can't get an abortion.
Have sex.
Don't have sex.
It's really bizarre the hurdles that people go through. It's
I wish I never had sex. Like after Riley was born, I just don't want no more sex.
She said,
"What?" I just wish it was like sex just made me do so many stupid things. Like this, as soon as it got revved up, it was just like dumb bitch shit from afterwards.
As soon as
like,
you
as
get
soon as it's like.
Charles, you ain't have that period of as soon as you got your first piece of vagina that you just started making a litany of like dumb decisions kind of happen.
I mean, there's always a certain degree of dumb
Even
decisions.
as an adult,
I haven't made like apex dumb
here?
decisions, I don't think. But there's been some general dumbness.
Yeah, just because you fucking
you've been in different situations that you ain't had
it's
no
like,
business.
I should
business
be
in.
doing this, but this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, you could have just not fucked and saved yourself a lot of grief, a lot of heartache.
Not dealing with certain people, not dealing with certain things.
But little Ghibli bitch was like, we need this tomorrow. We need this yesterday, bitch.
It's just
why
is
this dick not near you right now? I don't think it's a good idea. Fuck good ideas.
She's crazy, but she lets you bang whatever. So...
See,
whatever.
You see how your dick is just stupid. You see how vaginas are dumb. Like,
it's just like, what is wrong with you?
Down here. When are we gonna protest our dumb vaginas and dicks? When are we gonna protest that?
I protest this,
bitch.
Support it.
Fuck you.
I support it. Because I feel like it was made life interesting. You definitely,
nigga. I don't need this much interest in my life. This is so stupid. No, I can see why Christians just be like, no, just wait till marriage. Just wait till marriage. Be forced to stick with that one dick for the rest of your life. I can see now why this is viable.
So that means you don't know.
One dick is way less than a headache.
You don't know that there's a possibility of something being better. It's just like, God damn it, I settled on 7.
Why did it take me 10 years to this conclusion that I came to now? The
grass isn't always greener on the other side.
All this dick was never worth. I could have been through 3 dicks and be like, hey, no, I'm done. Like, I've been through all this. It took me 10 years, Charles, to get to this point where I'm just like, now I'm... It's like somebody kicked me out of the back of a car. Like, how did you get in this car, bitch?
What's wrong?
She's having a time.
Yes, I'm pissed off. I didn't have to go through all of that shit just to get right here. No, I don't like this ride anymore. Like, why did I have to go through all of this? And dick was the problem. And so was it my vagina.
And next thing you know, you're going to tell that guy, like, God damn it, why do you do this so good?
Bruh, exactly. Like, why do it feel so good? Did we ever ask? If God is real.
I know why.
Why do this shit feel so good?
So you
to incentivize procreation.
Yep.
Bull.
So that way you don't stop making other human
races. Oh my God, what the fuck?
That's why dogs like to have sex and all other animals like to have sex too. It feels good. So that way that they're
good ain't the word for what how sex
amazing.
be doing.
It feels like a craving.
Not the fucking word.
It's
for
like
how
a craving
sex
at a
be
point.
Feeling like.
But that's what it's supposed to be. So that way you don't not have a child.
And then you have a concrete point where you kind of stop wanting it because it's just like your hormones is kind of like, hey, chill out.
It'll be nice.
Women's in their 30s want it more.
Yeah, because they're hitting the actual point at which, like, yo, you might not be having kids in a little while.
I am so scared. Like, wait a minute, this is gonna. I'm gonna say I had the highest of sex drives, but it was pretty high, and it's gonna get higher. Do y'all understand how scared I am?
I don't know. I mean, guys have always been pretty even keeled about like, hey, could you have sex? Probably.
Well, they say guys get lower in their 30s, but I don't think that it's necessarily lower in their 30s. I think guys become more focused in their 30s because, like, my sex drive hasn't really, like,
It just
at
stops
all.
being the primary motivation for you doing
Yeah,
things.
it's not my primary motivator. It's
You're
not like,
not
hey,
really to warp your
I
day
need
pattern.
to fuck my whole day up to go get this vagina. No.
That's how it was.
What
Yes.
you about to do?
Bro, I used to
So-
drive out. I used to take a days and be like, "Oh, where you at? You an hour away? I can drive an
I
hour.
could drive an hour for this.
Yeah,
Like,
we
nigga.
would go to the hour. I would drive. We'd go to the movies, watch some bullshit movie. I'm fucking you in the car,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm dropping you back off at home. We might go get something to eat, and then I'm driving an hour back home. What the fuck am I doing? I'm wasting an entire day for some vagina.
For
What
some
am I?
stupid ass
what
shit
am I
like
doing?
that.
This is
What have I
Tony
done?
looking.
Why
This
did I
is
do
Tony
this?
looking back on Young Dumb like, nigga, what are you doing? There's vagina right around the corner.
All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about a story I ain't never told nobody.
Mhm.
So I was in Seattle, and I randomly didn't crash my car, but I hit the curb and blew a tire. And told everybody that I saw a dog and I swerved so I wouldn't hit the dog, and that's how I hit the curb. That is a lie. So, chick hits me up talking about she wants some dick. This is after I've taken sleeping pills. Like, I'm gonna go to bed. I know that I normally got about a 2-hour window before they kick in. I say, fuck it, I could get out there. So I go out there to beat it down, have a great time. On my way back, a nigga get sleepy. What I get,
Sleepy.
but I get like maybe a 5-minute walk from my house, hit the curb. I'm falling asleep at the wheel. Hit the curb, wake up. Oh shit. Tire flat. I put that bitch in park, find somewhere to pull off. Call them, let them know. And I leave outside. I'm going home. I walk home. And call everybody, like, yeah, I crashed. This is what's going on.
That's not even really a car. I hit a curb.
Yeah, that's why I said I hit the curb. That's how you hit the curb. Oh, there was a dog, and it's,
You know, I like animals.
swerved, and I wasn't going to hit the dog. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no.
Dog look like
A nigga made
Look
a
at
decision
this.
on some vagina. It was like, I'll be fine, and was not fine. So no, niggas are willing to put their life in jeopardy. I told you I used to sneak in a girl's house
Mm-hmm.
through their bathroom window, have to walk past the parents' window. The parents' door, bedroom door. Their door was always closed. Had to walk past that door to go down the hallway to her room.
Mm.
Why don't you just crawl in her room door?
She didn't have a window like that you could get in like.
The bathroom window was more open than the regular window?
Mm-hmm.
That don't make no sense.
It was weird. It was the weirdest shit, but they had a big ass regular like window that opened up and you could just walk in and step into the tub.
Also, I don't understand why people put windows in the tub. It upsets me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Yeah, bro. All I know is I used to sneak in through the bathroom in the tub, and I was like, all right, cool. And
why don't y'all just meet up in the bathroom?
I was
and then
walking
you
past-
crawl right back there.
well, no, that's weird because
Fucking
the
in the
bathroom is
bathtub.
by her parents' room. That's
Oh,
worse. I
that's
can't
not-
fuck her in the bathroom.
That's
by
not
her parents'
weird. You're
room.
gonna get caught.
Yes, I'm gonna get
That's
caught.
not weird.
You see this stupid shit?
Nah, I'm gonna
I'm
get caught.
done. I put a ban on my vagina. She
Yeah, so
is
no, I used to do some
banned.
dumb. I recognize Tony was making dumbness. Tony used to drive, bruh. I drove. So I used to work nights. So instead of going to sleep when I was in California, I drove like an hour and a half to go fuck a married chick, and then to drive like
Hour and a half back.
an hour and a half back to the point where I didn't have enough time to like really sleep for my next shift that night. So I had to just kind of like get me like an hour and a half of sleep and say, fuck it, here we go. Bad decisions based off
It
of
was like-
Dig being like, hey,
And knowing you
satisfy me.
you knew you were bad. You
Sick.
knew they were bad decisions when you made the decision.
Bro, why
Like,
are you stupid?
I'm okay with this
Oh yeah,
choice.
no, I
It's
don't
not a
regret
good
any
one.
of it. I just know that they weren't good decisions. I reckon
Sick.
hindsight, I was like, bruh, you were doing a lot of wild shit. I know.
Sick.
Yeah, it was
Wanna
just
know
yeah.
why? Bastard little fucking genitalia.
Yeah, dumb shit.
Dumb shit. For what? For 5 minutes.
I mean,
10.
there's still time.
But
Yeah,
don't let me
shit.
just be the only one to
20.
incriminate himself. Have y'all ever done any crazy things over a sescapade?
Just the normal things of like not really telling people about where I am. It's just like, where you at?
What do you
Places. doing things.
You lying to people about your whereabouts?
I mean, when your parents are the ones asking you questions, yeah.
Oh,
Where you at David's? Where'd you go from? Oh, we were just we rolled past David. We didn't see you guys there. Yeah, we went to Carl's. Where'd you you were at Carl's? Yeah. It's just like
whatever you need me to say.
Where are you at? I was out near some Christian school because the old girl had a dance, and it's just like, oh, well, I know what that means.
What the fuck?
It's just like, girlfriend had she had a dance. Go to the dance. Go leave from the dance. It's just like where parents are out of town. It's just like, yeah, this is where I'm about to be for quite some time.
I can say
I'll find my way home. I wasn't even driving.
I'm gonna find my way. I'll figure it out.
No, I would say it didn't involve somebody else, but the craziest place I've masturbated in was a cemetery. That was wild.
Yeah, that's wild as fuck.
It's crazy. How did we get here?
How you out here being the white girl inside of a horror movie?
This thing is tall. Let's see if I can do it. What if somebody catch you? That's the brilliance of it. Let's see how fast we can go outside in the fucking cemetery.
Oh, depending upon who you
Charles
are.
seems so much more tame than us.
I am. I'm not out here masturbating and shit.
Well, not that, but I feel like maybe you've even with you're like, nah, I just kind of did the high school thing and lied about not being home or being at my friend's house to have sex with a chick. It's never like, yeah, I took this trip and drove 2 hours.
Didn't drive. The fact that I went anywhere and I had no guaranteed
when
ride
you were
home.
18, 19, 20.
18, 19, 20.
Yeah, college, you just never done anything random. Never leave Kent to come down to Cleveland and get some vag and you got to go to class the next day.
I always commuted back and forth. So,
so you were
I was
always
everywhere I wanted to be, where I wanted to be there. And at that point, my parents had dictated I'm responsible enough, so no one really questions that things.
No, it wasn't about no one questioning me. It's about me talking to a chick that lives 2 hours away and being like, you know what? I'm going to drive this 2 hours and go see you.
And
you've never talked to, it don't sound like you've ever really talked to women out of state or out of your general vicinity.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
In general, no one's so far to the point where it would be cumbersome. It's just like if old girl, hey, yo, will you come to Toledo to give me some dick? It's just like,
no.
See, I move around. I move around. Especially when I was younger, I was moving around.
It's just like, if it was like, Jesus Christ, you fine as hell. How long am I about to be over there? If this is literally for a 3-hour trip, it's like, if this is going to be a day trip, whatever. If I'm about to go in there, hop in, hop back out, then it's just like, I'm not driving to Toledo and coming right back home. That's a waste of entire tank of gas.
Generally, how long you there is up to you. I never have to leave. I was always choosing to
expediently leave for the most part, inside of the situations that you're talking about, there is a legitimate increase in risk the longer amount of time that you stay there.
Well, not for me. There was no risk. There's no risk. I was just making wild.
That is just like the repercussions won't go fall on my head.
I was just making wild decisions. I was just like,
that was their problems. They husband come home, they looking at them like, what are you doing? It's
so just one husband was away on a business trip, and so he wasn't going to be coming back for a while. So
sounded like he was cheating too.
I don't know what was going on with him, but he
was in the closet.
Me and her was talking, and she was talking about how she just was like, yeah, I'm trying to watch a movie and be held. That means you want dick. All right.
With your married ass. Bitch.
Yeah, you don't tell no nigga that.
You know what always happens?
You just want me to hold you. You want me to caress you and tell you that everything's going to be okay. So what you want me to do
is to lay with you and then physically touch you. So you want the physical barrier to be broken immediately. You letting it be known, hey,
touch
get into bed and put your hands on me. And it's fine.
You invite him in the bed? Damn.
Big bed. It was, while we watching movies in the bed.
In the bed? She was terrible.
Yeah, no. It was hard.
Oh.
Terrible.
That was the most tasteful way of saying, I want some dick.
In your husband's bed, bitch, you couldn't go nowhere else? You had this nigga skeet all over your marital sheets. That's fucked up.
He'll wash the marital sheets.
Nigga,
for all you know, she had
that's
cheating.
crazy.
For all you know, she had cheating
Bitch,
sheets.
if you don't leave the house.
And they probably higher thread count sheets than she normally uses.
What did he
Why
do?
don't we use these
that,
1,000 thread count sheets whenever we make love, sweetie? These are my cheating sheets.
What did the husband do? All I'm saying is.
Probably was in the closet sitting there looking at.
That's crazy.
You didn't travel when you were playing football?
What?
You didn't travel when you played football?
I mean, we traveled, but it was for the most part.
You didn't play football in college, did you?
No, I didn't play football in college. That would have been a whole another thing. I'm not missing no college bus trip home.
Well, not that, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like if you didn't have the access to different women in different states, or you didn't like pursue it or move around that way.
Out of that level, no.
And so that's why I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, the way I was moving is because, like, I had women all over just different cities, different states. I was like, I was just accustomed to, like, how far are you?
Go?
Yeah, I'm pulling up.
I don't know where you live.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
No, I don't think I've ever fucked nobody's husband. I don't think I've ever had too much sex in, like, wild, crazy places. I've had wild sex in, like, bedrooms and shit, in cars. I don't think that's a bad thing or anything like that, but nothing out the ordinary, like fucking on a plane or whatever.
Apparently if you fuck on a plane, the likelihood of you getting caught is just very high.
No, it's just, I can't fit in them damn things. One time I went in the fucking airplane bathroom, I'm like, my fucking thighs and everything, I just felt like I couldn't fit. Like, I'm like, who is fucking in here? Apparently it's been done. I'm saying it again to be done, but
it's been done.
I'm not fucking in here. When I got into a bathroom, I'm like, this is something that's not on my bucket list.
It's just been hyper-romanticized on movies. It's just like...
Yeah, it's just not on my bucket list. Like, I get it. It's been done and it could be done plenty of times.
But
it's not on my bucket list. Like,
okay, you have fun with that. I don't know what you out here flying on.
I'm too big for that shit.
They not out here checking on you while you inside the thing.
Nigga, what if the door don't close? Like, I got too many fucking thighs to be trying to get a fucking...
Too many thighs.
Let's just look
I won't say the airline, but it wasn't like a Spirit or a Frontier. It was a decent airline. Fly Red Eye. And yeah, it's dark. Niggas is sleepy. Them niggas is sleepy. They not worried about you going to the bathroom. And yeah, it was a cool little time. I enjoyed it. I've crossed that off my bucket list, but it is something that I would enjoy doing again. Like, it's one of the things that I was like, you know,
we can do
I could have had a better time in there. It's like
the biggest,
my big ass.
You know, the other thing that I figured out is, like, if I'm a dude who is single traveling to a place, you can't be caught doing the touristy things if you actually want to meet actual people that you want to fuck around with. It's like, if going to Hawaii and then going to do the touristy things is like, this is also sanitized. I need to be out in the actual island.
No, I
may go inland.
And it's like, so this is just like, oh, look at this. But no, I need to go where the natives live, not where, like, all the freaking stuff is for the tourists. Doing touristy shit when you're traveling sucks.
You know, I've masturbated in more crazier places than fucked in crazier places. It's just easier that way.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely easier to masturbate somewhere than to
ask nobody to come around to this. Yep, it's
like,
real
for
weird.
y'all just could just like slide your head over there and start playing fucking scratch DJ.
I was like, it was one time I did it. I was like, there's a secret place, not a secret place, but in the flats.
Secret no more.
Right where you can see the skyline of Cleveland. It's really pretty, right? When you get behind Tower City. And I go there regularly. And I'm like,
might as well.
Yeah,
look at the sky where you get here.
I've never fucked nobody in like a wild place for real. I'm thinking about the times like, oh yeah, I definitely fondled myself in crazy places. Like,
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like you find a lot more culpable partners, Tony. Because most people
I've definitely been outside of my car drunk having sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, open the door. It's like, I gotta stand out here. Hey,
it's like, I need leverage.
I want space. I've done some wild things. Like, I'm pretty open to the places. I've had pretty like open partners that are like, yeah, we can do that.
Oh, I don't know. For some reason, it feels. I don't know.
I feel like y'all don't be. I feel like you don't ask though.
Because half the time I'm not really interested in doing necessarily too wild shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to be thinking about me. Like it's not necessarily. I'll ask, but sometimes I just be like, oh, we can just, or like it don't never be like the opportune time for me. Like I'll be like, hey, we can go to Starbucks right now. No, I gotta do blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay.
Tony just judged every single nigga who she just fucked with is just like, we go to the Starbucks bathroom and go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if a woman propositions me with something that's like a unique style of sex, I'm right there. Like, that's interesting to me. But if you're just like,
it's just like,
come fuck me.
As of this point.
In the bed? All right, I'll be there.
I'm going to enjoy it, but it's not going to be revolutionary.
Let me get some. I'll be there in a minute or so. I'm going to do some things.
In the bed?
I ain't in a rush. It's not special. It's not spectacular. It's not anything to be like talked about. Mm-hmm. Like, should I rather fuck you on the couch? Like, the bed is cool. Like, I like the bed because you have a lot of space. Like, I don't like being relegated to any one particular space. So, like, when I didn't have the option to fuck in the bed and it was mostly like car fucking, I was like, damn, I really want to be in a bed where I can really like get into my shit. But then when it was just like women that were just like, I only want to have sex in the bed, it's like, oh my God. Why are we here?
But the car offers unique opportunities for leverage.
The car is cool. The couch is cool. Like, there's this thing that if you're on a couch, and it's like got to be a real, like a good couch, and get their legs, and they're sitting on you and put their legs on the back of the couch.
Oops.
Okay. And then, like, they got to be good at, like, grinding and maneuvering their hips. They can get this real good rocky motion. That shit is lit. Because their legs is just up by your heads while they ride. It's just it's the most, it's like, oh yeah, this is here. Then you have a like nice view of everything too. Because it's just like all widespread. It's I found that out when I was 18. Like I said, Tony's been a wild boy for a long time.
I found that out when I was 18.
Yeah, like, so Tony's been into a lot of shit.
For some reason, I just imagine you saying, oh, jackpot.
What? Please don't say that.
Bro, I pulled a muscle one time having sex. That was terrible. Yeah, I pulled my groin.
You need to get on your warm-up stretch game. You know?
Once you pull your groin, it's much easier to re-pull your groin.
So, it's like, stories are connecting here if you haven't noticed. Tony pulled his. It's like, yeah, I pulled my groin while I was in the military.
That wasn't from having sex.
I pulled my groin. It's like, yeah, once you pull your groin, it's way easier to pull your groin.
Yeah, it is. So that's how I pulled it in the military because I'd already pulled it previously. Oh yeah, that was so terrible.
There's certain things that you just don't want to.
They thought I had a hernia, and then that was the first time I ever had a doctor stick his finger in my ass.
What does that? Why can you detect my hernia from finger?
Because it'd be like bulging out, or you could feel it like kind of pressing in the inside of your ass, and so he was like, I didn't like it.
Like, that's what I got. The woman I got this hernia from.
Yeah, like I didn't want this.
Get out, nigga.
Yeah, like get away from me.
Can you do some Somali up there while you're there?
Do something different. Yeah. Something that's not this, but yeah, no. So I definitely pulled the muscle, and then the doctor thought I had a hernia and stuck his finger in my butt. But that was the worst.
In my butt.
It was the worst thing in the world.
Oh, well, I'm telling you about this random thing I saw on the internet about that time I boofed Molly on LSD.
But we can go to
dramatizing those.
I'm assuming that she's lying. I assume that almost every comedian is lying because it's like, yeah, this is probably somewhat based in truth.
Yeah, but off of one type of acid, Tony, I don't think Tony ever did acid. But one type of acid make you feel like the 2 grams of shrooms you would do.
So that ain't crazy.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, and then when you drink, it lower the effects. But yeah. I've been there, so I know.
Yeah, me too. Like,
so I'm like, you niggas is lying because when you drink with acid, the counterbalances or something make it effective. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I can
what I like to do is smoke weed and take ecstasy.
I can see the other stuff happening. People want threesomes and shit because people be acting fake. Like when I was on acid for my birthday,
people be acting super hype.
Yeah, like he was like, I remember going to this party and it was one time this girl was talking about how much she worshipped the devil. That was people watching me. He was like, I would never known you were on acid if he'd never told me. I'm like, things look kind of strange right now and I can't go to sleep. But other than that, I'm cool.
People act. I mean, it feels like people, I don't know. They're probably just using an excuse to do things that they probably actually have always wanted to do but couldn't do because it's not like, I was high and I did this. Sounds better than I just wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I don't like to hang out with those people. I prefer to hang out with people who actually like do drugs and like
Enjoy.
and like for an enjoyment factor and things like that, not where they're like, oh, I did a drug and now I'm so like crazy and out of my mind.
It's like, well, you can't be trusted.
Yeah, you can't be
do drugs
around
with
me. That's why I never would want to throw a party.
Why? Because if you out here during a bad trip, it's just like,
bro, I just can't. Like, why are you doing this? Like, we already high. I'm already out of my element. You over here being fucking
like so extra.
Yeah, like get out of my face. That's why I'm like, you threw a party with a whole bunch of niggas on X. That don't sound like a good time to me. I would like to remove myself in my house. You niggas here on ecstasy in my house, that would never happen.
Yeah, no.
Maybe 2 or 3 people, but I gotta trust your goofy ass. Like,
yeah, no, I don't want a whole bunch of people around me. Like, realistically, I know how I feel on X. Like, anytime I've had ecstasy, I've had like really, really deep conversations with the person that I've been with, and then great sex. But
Yeah,
I'm not trying to like deal with that with a whole bunch of strangers. Like, I don't know ya. And I'm not trying to be
considered a party drug at nauseum.
Yeah, I might go dance, but I don't really be like,
it's
go
like
dance
it's
too much.
It's just like I am taking ecstasy inside of this.
People consider ecstasy a party drug because it gives you all that energy, but I think people
they're using it wrong.
I guess like I look at drugs as like more of like a mental thing, and other people use them for party, which is fine. Like, I don't really have like a judgment on it. It's just not how I prefer to use them.
My main goal is when I'm doing that stuff, like, just besides the one time we did it all willy-nilly, usually I'm doing it because I'm about to go ask a question and we about to find out the answers. That's what I'm doing these things for. That's why I don't do it all the time, because I'm not a party person. So when I get on shrooms and things like that, I want to see different shit. I want to see how far the limits or whatever the fuck. There's a purpose.
I don't know. My brain works a lot of ways from already. Like, whew. So I need none of these things. My brain is a large enough clusterfuck already.
I know it's already crazy, but it's
cool that I get to
different.
Explore
You haven't done drugs, so it's hard to really explain to someone who hasn't done drugs, because you guys always kind of have this perspective of, I don't need that to reach that level, and that's not true. You don't need drugs to have an imaginative mind, to be vivid, to like see things or feel things descriptively or anything like that. No, that's not what I was saying. But it's just like the way you see things is just completely different than how you saw them before. So you can't really feel it unless you're in it.
It's like,
and it's not necessarily like being drunk, because being drunk, you're like,
alcohol lowers inhibitions and
yeah, that's also different. That's like also like looking at Tokyo and being like, I've seen pictures of Tokyo and never going to fucking Tokyo. You know of Tokyo, and you might be the most Tokyo expert reading from a book, but unless you actually been there, that's a whole different experience. And I feel like you experience yourself in a whole different way, which I'm ready to receive from. If you just like, I'm not interested in that, awesome. But I am ready to experience myself in different parts of my minds in a different multitude of ways. And that's what I feel like psychedelics give me.
I have enough repressed things that I don't feel like I need to go knock down.
I'm ready to see that, but see,
I think that's a very fair and say, hey, that's not how I want to engage. If you did
that now, that's why I was like, if you're scared to do it, don't, because everything get heightened. When I was in Philly and I did it for the second time, we got into an argument because the way I said what triggered her. Like, she thought I was being mean, but it was just like, I was just like, what? And she was like, why are you talking to me like that? I don't understand. And I got really mad in the moment. Usually I just be like, whatever. But when you on shrooms, you ain't got no fucking filter. So I was like, yo, get that fucking soft shit out of my face. And she was like, why didn't you just give me a hug? I'm like, Jay, get in the car. We got somewhere to go. She was like, why did you yell at me like that earlier? And I was just like, I am wanna be high. And she like, I don't understand why you talk to me like that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, could we just go get some food? I'm hungry. But it was nothing there. Like,
I've had it with mushrooms this entire time, and I want to witness
exquisite time. And like, she took, and I'm trying to explain to her. So I'm already frustrated that I couldn't relate to her. Like, that didn't mean what that meant. It just came out attitude-y. Like, I'm sorry, that didn't. She's like, no, I just want to give me a hug and I want it all to be over with. Yo, get the fuck out of my face with that shit. Can we go? And she got really upset And then I didn't have nothing. I was like, yo.
Oh, maybe you guys shouldn't get high together.
Man, I had a fun time getting high with her, but she was just why can't you just, get the fuck, we got shit to do, come on now. And I know how callous and harsh that is, but there was nothing, usually if you just not high, you're like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. And it could just go away, but no, I just kept going, and I'm like, the frustration was showing, because there was nothing, the normal persona of Ashley that's like, just leave it alone. That wasn't there. The fucking fiercely like, hey, get the fuck out of my face. She was like, oh, I don't get it. Like, all right then. But anyway, if you were to take it now, it wouldn't be a good trip for you because shit just comes up.
Oh, don't feel like knocking down repressed things.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that? I repressed them for a reason.
Go away. Don't come back.
Not interested.
I'm off for that
Jesus Christ, I'm missing the Saints game. This looks wild.
I'm off for that shit.
You want to hit the pause button?
What's up?
I think it's so
A
good start and finish to every episode, like Charles would like us to do, is to get started with our goals and finish them. I'm not the best at that.
Oh, I'm terrible at it too.
Did he just say he starts and finishes?
He was really
I
just
do
like,
start and finish a
nigga,
lot of
anything
things.
I start, nigga, I finish. Nigga.
No, that's
when death come, nigga, it's gonna be the finishing thing.
Yeah,
I
like, this nigga came at us like,
I start and finish a lot of things, but I'm also a very task-oriented person.
Yeah, this nigga came
But
at us.
I also suck at this because there's certain things, like being an anxiety-ridden person. There's certain, like, it's not like I finished them because I'm good at them. It's I finished them.
Hold on.
I finished them because I have this foreboding sense of dread.
I just need the audience to understand the conversation we had off mic
It was way
and the
different
way
than
that
this
he is
one.
starting now.
It's way
Oceans
different.
apart.
Well,
This
we
nigga
already
was
started
like,
the conversation.
oceans
We're
of
picking
Get
up
my
us in the middle
resume
of
for
it.
starting shit, nigga. Since I was born in
He said,
All right, first things first.
I start shit, I
I was
finish
born in
it.
1990, and
I
also
started it.
I don't really start shit at all. Am I ever the person that's in here who's starting random shit? That's Tony.
He said,
That's so fucking funny as fuck, though.
No, but
Tony, you
Charles,
out here
you gotta
starting
admit,
shit.
you really
Charles,
set it up like
You set up,
Yeah,
it said,
you know
I
what I'm
start
saying?
shit
I
and finish
start shit,
shit.
I start
And then
shit
as
and
soon
Oh
as
finish
we
no!
started
I mean,
recording,
at the end, it says I complete and finish a lot of time things I've started and
he
complete.
said it like
Because my
I
entire life is project oriented.
Yeah, but you
So, of
said it
course,
like
I
I
start stuff
understand
and
your
I finish-
peasants need to want to quit a project, but me,
Oh no!
I see it through to the
I
end.
mean, I don't understand how y'all didn't take that vivid description of the constriction and
That's
It
limitation.
sounded like more you was empathizing rather than like.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that
this
is a
is
very
me. It more so was
visceral,
like,
personal
I'm looking
thing.
on the
yeah, no, what you did is
outside.
empathize with us and then tell us about how
I have empathy
you
and-
finish it. You're like, yeah, it's like you're probably really constricted, not being able to do this.
The fuck
No,
was
it's
that?
probably-
He's like, I start
At
stuff and
the
finish
end,
it.
I feel.
Nigga, what? And then you start the show.
I just
Man, I have
started.
a problem with finishing things too. Well, nigga, you can't
You
have
have to
to
understand.
everybody.
It's
This
like I
nigga
have a lot of
Charles.
projects up in the air at a general
Nigga, you
time.
confused.
Charles, you need
confused
a
with
whooping.
yourself.
You need a whooping.
I mean, you gonna give it to me?
Wait a second.
So look at that.
Wait a while. How did we get here?
Look at that. Look where it
You
took us.
right there.
Where did
You
we
start
get
stuff.
here?
Good
You
job,
You gotta
Charles.
finish it.
Good job, Charles. Defend yourself against her.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, no. So I'm currently in the middle of like,
Not in the middle. You're at the end.
yeah, I'm about 85% of the way done with my portion of it. I just gotta
Right, the last little.
write the last little
Word.
bit, and I'm working on like a cover and all this other dumb shit.
But like things that they're cool, but they're not like the meat of the.
Yeah, no,
Not
it's
the
just
meat of
like
the
all the like taking care of like the last little odds and ends, and so that's kind of like hard to keep super focused on, because
Because it's done.
because kind of at a point I feel like, yeah, I'm done,
And
but you're not. It's like
your creative output
it's
is
done.
done at this point. You are just summarizing your own creative output, which is literally the least creatively satisfying thing ever.
It's that. It's and then everything else after that is just more like work until like I get it back from like editing, and I might have to do like some more of my own things. But other than that, it's just more just like procedural stuff at this point. And it's like, this isn't the most engaging, and so it's just like got to be conscious of not getting tripped up at the last step.
Yeah, the last hurdle is the hardest. The last rep is the most difficult. That's where you need your most focus. It's just like recently, as of Saturday, I actually hit my high in benching. I think I got to like 170. And it was just like them first 4 or 5 reps was like, all right, this is cool. For rep 10, it was just like my mind just starts wandering off places. It's just like, there's no spotter here for me while I'm doing my 10 rep max. I gotta push through this. Because Tony was on a complete and total other bench because we figured out our progression when it comes to doing bench press was different.
Yeah, we end close to the same.
We hit it the exact same right, but mine is a very subtle step up.
Yeah, he steps up like every 10 pounds. I'm going to like stay at a lower weight for a longer period of time, but then I'm going to make a drastic jump.
Yeah, I don't like drastic jumps. I'm a very 1 foot, 2 foot. Tony's like standing here, long jump.
Yep. Stuck that. Good. Yeah, very much so. But not so much on my goals. What about you, Ash?
I have more of a problem starting because it seems like me making up my mind about something is the thing that be like, I'll ruminate over for longer than I know I should be ruminating on starting. Like my thing isn't really so much completing, it's just starting to get it done. But once I start picking up the momentum to get something done, it's easier. I'm not gonna say it's the easiest thing to finish something, but starting for me is where I got my hardest. Like I have a little, not a vision board, but I got something on my mom that just reminds me, like, do not worry about anything else. Just start somewhere, please.
Where do you work? What is your goal right now, or what are you trying to start, or what have you started?
What are some things that I've started? I was thinking about starting a third business for myself. And I started to gather the things that I needed to, but to get to that point, like I'm still in the beginning stages of gathering what exactly I needed to be. And I haven't picked it up since. I'm just like, some other stuff is coming in the way. So I guess I never really started it all the way. I got it in my head, but coming out to fruition and get the ball rolling on it has been really difficult. But once I start getting that momentum up to finish something, I'm pretty good at getting to the end. Not to say I don't have anything to like finish it, but me starting things is just weird. Like when I get back, like even though I took a break from writing, it's going to take me a minute to get started back writing up again because I stopped for what I seemed like a valid reason to me, but getting started back up with writing again probably going to take me a minute because I got to convince myself.
So I guess somebody's going to have to come over here. You know what I'm going to do? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to send a box of rubber bands to your house for Riley. And she just going to shoot them at you until you start. It's like, all right, Riley, your entire goal
this
is...
nigga, yeah, whatever it takes.
Just shoot the rubber bands at your mother until she starts writing.
Oh, my God.
Mommy, did you start writing?
But you see how, like, it just...
Well, she don't want to start writing right now. She wanted to start this third business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Start it.
Pick a thing to start and start it.
You see how it just...
And then it'll be started.
Why not start it?
I don't know.
Because you know once you actually get going, you're probably going to follow it through to the end.
Right. So it's like, just like, oh, everything has to be this, and I don't know about this. I'm always continuously talking myself out of something to start. And I don't, like, what? I've gotten better, but it's still like...
this is the reason why I like the combination of people that we have here. Because you're the person to just be like, no, focus on what we're doing right now because we have to finish this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm, I guess, a certain degree of both. And Tony's just like, get it the fuck going.
Right.
Like, go.
Yeah, something like that. But I guess...
I can do all the fundamental, like, in between execution.
Create a challenge for yourself. Maybe not even on any of the things that you currently, like, want to do. Just, like, force yourself to start and finish something.
Mm-hmm.
Short story.
And that might give you just, like, the energy to, like, go into another project and start. And so just, I would say, choose something that you don't care about. Don't even necessarily got to be, like, a creative endeavor. Just, like...
Yeah, that's where I feel like I thrive most is just, maybe I'm building it up too much in my head to think that it has to be all these things. We really don't.
Yeah.
It's just starting off at a pace, because in my head I want it to be
Grandiose.
away, and then really you could just start where you are.
And nothing starts completed, and that's the entire thing.
Right.
You make your bed in the morning?
I try to get into the practice of that. I start and then stop, start and then stop. So
it's a method. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know the methodology. If you tried to start doing it, it's for the general purpose of people.
It feels good. Don't get me wrong. That shit feel good as fuck to make your bed. I don't know why. It just does.
Some people do it because when you make your bed in the morning, you are starting your day with a success.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have successfully completed an action, and they believe that kind of starts the domino effect of successfully completing things down the line. So it's like you start your success, then you succeeded the next thing, and you succeeded the next thing, and you succeeded the next thing. But this also sounds like, in practice, it sounds cool, but in some ways, to me, it's just like, have y'all just succeeded at everything? For real? Have y'all just like the domino? Because I'm started my bed, I'm a billionaire. Like, but what was the in between steps there? There was no failure.
What do y'all think about those billionaire routines when they start out their day at 4:00 in the morning, and then I seen one where this makeup artist, she replicated somebody's, and they take the time to like write down their goals each and every day, or they work out for such an amount of hours. Like, do you think that really makes or break you as a millionaire or billionaire?
No. Because these people don't have these routines before they're millionaires or billionaires. This is their routine as a millionaire or billionaire. Like Sylvester Stallone can say, this is what I do now. But what did you do before you were a millionaire? Oh, I was working like 3 different jobs and like writing screenplays and stuff. It's just like obviously you got a lot more platitude now. It's just like because you probably have a assistant who has filtered a lot of this stuff for you already, or done a lot of this stuff.
I think what billionaires are talking about is the correct way to live life.
Yeah, that's the conclusion I came up with.
And it's not about how to actually become a billionaire. It's like, hey, how to live life like you're wealthy and enjoy life for real.
That's what I came to the conclusion of. I don't know about the intricate details of it, but once I started putting myself first every day, my days went by a lot smoother. I felt more fulfilled because I got my workout over with. You know what I'm saying? I got my meditations done. I wrote whatever it is that I did in the beginning, helped me put myself first and focus on the broader picture instead of just the rat race of trying to get things done and just not showing up to the world in general my best way if I didn't figure this shit out first. That's what I think I get from those things. But like the details of, this workout has to be completed and I do this. That's not gonna work for my life, but I like putting myself first in the morning. I can get with that one.
Like probably from now on, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna do a walk. Yeah. At least 5 to 6 times a week.
And those things just generally feel good.
And it's just like, before I do anything, I'm going to walk, I'm going to read this book, or listen to my audiobook, or think about whatever I want to think about. Figure out whatever problem I'm actually having, and then get off and then go do my thing for the rest of the day. Because that's a complete action. Because I'm not making my bed. I don't see a purpose in it.
Yeah, I don't make my bed either.
It's just like, I can understand it's a nice, orderly thing to do. But the fact that I unmake that on a regular point.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's dumb.
Yeah, I tried for a while. Like, I really tried to just I put it on my things
make
to
your
do.
Bed.
Make a bed. And it just never, it happens sometimes, but it don't happen all the time.
You have an actual child. That's the more upsetting thing. It's just like, what does it say? Because the other thing is, a lot of these people have beds and no one else is ever going to enter them. It's just like, I have made my bed, Riley. It's just like.
Exactly. She jumping all in it. Mom, I'm cold. Well, fuck you. Like,
I made my bed, Riley. That was my first complete action, and I have undone it.
She old enough to make it back up now, but still, sometimes you just be like,
hellion.
I don't know how y'all feel about working from home. That shit is hella frustrated sometimes.
Oh,
Not
Tony.
because of the distractions. It's so easy to just be like,
This is the reason why
bed.
Tony has like part of the goals that he has.
It just started hitting me now. Like, yo, I gotta get the fuck out of the house.
We all need a place
you need a
where we can run.
Place that's away from like where you live,
and everything becomes a distraction.
Like work, yeah.
Everything.
That's the main goal. That why I want to get the building of the house and turn it into like a complete workspace, so we can just all convene there and actually work and focus on work and not have to.
And then also, want to know the other funny thing about that when it comes to people, when you're gone, people realize you're gone. Is just like, do they really be working on stuff for this much?
Yes.
Honestly, yeah. This is what we be thinking about. Like, me and Tony can be lazy. Well, not really lazy. Just sit there and watch all the. Like, I can show up early on Monday, and what we about to do? We about to watch all the anime for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get that done.
Oh man. I was thinking about like, damn, I wish I could go to a cabin, not to even to work. I thought about working there, but just go to a cabin and not have like Wi-Fi or none of that shit.
Oh, you just be out there neandering places.
And just chill, for a week or 30 days and just see how that takes me.
A week or 30 days. Yeah. Those are very different lengths of time. A week, a month.
A week and
That's
30
4
days.
times a week, Ash.
I don't know. I just was like, dang, what if I just separated myself?
Well, I guess that's a week is what? That's 28 days?
Because I think that hampers completing your goals too. Having those fucking distractions around of just really things that just don't matter.
I can't execute my goals without the internet.
Yeah,
so it's just
that's essential for you. But for the things I want to do, my thing is pretty much set up around the internet. But
like,
even
you
if
could go to a cabin and write.
Yeah, you can do that. You don't necessarily need.
There are people who do that now. That's how they hammer out the ends of their books.
But
it's just like lock themselves on a fucking island and just be like, "This is what you're doing. You can't do anything else."
It just seems so feeling to me.
What?
So it just seems so feeling to me.
Feeling?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I was hearing exactly what I thought I heard, and it still makes no sense to me.
It just sounds feeling. What?
Yeah, like
it feels feeling.
That the thing that y'all are saying just sounds like it's full of like, well, I feel this way.
It sounds so emotional.
That movie.
Yeah, just like it feels like this. It's like, shut the fuck up and do some shit.
Fuck off.
Like, I want to take some breaks and just be away from things and shit. So you can't work.
This fucking workaholic don't do shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Everything you do is too hard. They're working.
Shit too hard for you?
Well, it's just like
no. You can't work in a chaotic environment. Shit too complicated. It's rough.
This nigga.
You get a little jostled and she just threw you off your little square. Your apple cart's turned over and you're just crying now.
Oh my goodness.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, Ash, you know what I've learned?
Shut the fuck up.
I need to actually, we are going to need, if we ever get like a serious amount of employees.
This nigga hate us because everything he do is a work-related thing. What do you separate?
Not necessarily.
I don't understand.
Not everything Tony, I will admit that not everything Tony does is
but most of them is geared towards like, work. I'm like,
it's just like, I think his entire perception of everyone else's day is skewed because it's just like, what do you mean, Tony? I sleep 8 hours. What do you mean? It's just like, that doesn't affect Tony.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know what time I'm supposed to call Charles because I'd be like, I'm up at 9.
Oh, you can generally call me at 9. It's fine. Like,
sometimes.
I'm generally up at 9 unless I literally did this the following night.
Well, yeah, no, I'm still up at 9.
Or if I had a late night at work.
I'm up at 9, but we didn't leave till 2. He should be out. I'm gonna call anyway, so I'll just call. That's who I am. I'm gonna call. I think that everybody should person.
Fuck you over here doing
8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm
the
calling
type
people
of person
they recognize.
I am is, well, first things first. If I don't want to get up, I'm not waking up.
That's fair.
I could sleep like. I've slept through thunderstorms. I've slept through my parents' fights. I've slept through a lot of things.
You see, look, what? I don't think. Shut the fuck up. Work for what? For what goals?
A lot of the time,
for your goals.
Nigga,
a lot of the time,
taking time away from yourself is not giving
like
back to you.
You called me nights where it's
working, having a goal all the time. Oh my god!
Not all the time.
I always have a goal. Like,
have a reason to take a break. How about that?
It is a reason.
No.
I got up to this.
I am almost everything.
Alright, well, cool.
Almost everything I
That's
do
right.
is to accomplish a goal.
That's it.
Like there is
That's
nothing
my
I do
reason.
that's completely and totally arbitrary and goalless.
We're from the same generation where they just started giving out fucking awards to everybody, so I understand.
I ain't get no goddamn participation awards.
I ain't no participation awards either. But god damn it, what the fuck?
That was when we started having kids. That's when they started having heavy.
And I feel like it was before we started having
like
kids.
the end of Generation X, early millennials, because you have to realize the earliest millennials are like almost 40 now, like 38 to 39. Our generation is the participation trophy generation.
Listen, I understand that maybe there.
Right.
I don't be taking breaks just to take one. So if I'm thinking about one, maybe I fucking need it. This nigga over here, like, you don't need no goddamn break. Go ahead and sleep for 4 hours for fucking 7 days a week, nigga. Who are you?
No, he just has a naturally weird sleep cycle.
This nigga is wired all the time. He
It's
should
just
be
like
working
I'm
right
gonna
now.
sleep 8 hours, but my entire thing is just like I have to put everyone in their places when it comes to people trying to claim my time. It's just like, hey, can you go do this? No.
See, at least I don't try and claim y'all time and tell y'all what to do. I just have my thoughts about it.
It's like
it's not even like a real opinion.
I know he's thinking these things.
Yeah, I know
it's just like, Charles, why don't you just have more time?
Yeah.
Where's your time go?
Time, just like, why don't you use your time better? I know y'all got time, but I just know y'all be fucking it off at times.
Mm.
Let
I'm not gonna lie, there are
let me
times.
say what I think about it. It's not that y'all don't have enough time. Y'all fuck y'all time off at times and then be like, damn, I didn't have enough time. No, you did. You just chose to do something else with it. Don't lie to me. Be honest. I
It's just
I
like-
didn't have enough time to do this. We didn't have 23 minutes out of 8 days. All right, cool. I'm glad that you didn't have 23 minutes, but I'm sure that you had enough time to go read this, didn't you? Well, I like that. Oh, yeah. So you found something that you enjoyed doing, that you wanted to do, and opted out of this. That's cool. But you choosing not to work. Most niggas choose not to work. And so that's what it is. It's just like, y'all don't need these breaks.
but
Y'all
there'll be
choosing
So
not
I'm
to.
telling y'all, plain blankly, I just didn't do it. Like, I didn't
No,
make the
there'll be
time for
days
that.
where I
I'm not lying about the things that I be doing with my time. No, I didn't make the time for that. Let me reword my vocabulary. Let me stop acting like I'm a prisoner of everything and there's no other choice. No. I
Yeah.
did these things and
It's
I'm
like,
letting you know. I didn't get done
I try
because
not
I
to do
didn't
two
want to do
things
it
while
then.
watching anime because I actually have to pay attention to anime. Tony can passively do a lot more things than I can because of ADHD. Sometimes when I think that's an advantage, and there's other times I think that's a definite disadvantage for you. Being able to focus on, be like, I'm writing and watching anime and completely and totally understanding what's going on in both places. Can't do that. So it's like, I'll be sitting there watching anime for 3 hours, and then I get called into work, and I do work, and then I go, like last Monday, I had to install an access point, come back, watch all the anime, and I needed to wrap up some other stuff with some documentation, and then I came here. It's like, and then I also had to I went to the gym. So it's just like,
Yeah, see, I
There
go
was
to the
problem.
gym.
there's some
That's not
time in there
dedicated
that I
towards work.
probably could have wiggled.
But it is a goal that I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure it fit to your life somewhere.
Yeah.
That'll help
Well,
you.
it's a want. And
No, it's a goal. I have a personal goal. It's very much a goal why I go to
Yeah,
the
it's
gym.
more so like he's just so
goal
Goal
oriented.
oriented.
hyper goal oriented that
But
everything
there are
must be for this. Like,
but there's also certain things that poke and prop me to do things.
I mean,
what do you do for
I guess
fun?
I'm just honest about
Watch anime.
the things
But
that
even then, he's do that for Sam.
Well, he's
stuff.
incorporated a lot of
But
things that he
no,
enjoys on doing day-to-day life into his life.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, and I was gonna say, like, for me, you said, what do I do for fun? Like, most of that shit I do is fun. But like you said, I've incorporated. I like to watch anime. Well,
Turn it into a job.
let me talk about this since this is what I enjoy doing.
You don't
That's
like
weird.
he doesn't like consuming. Oh no, that's the goal for most people to do the thing that you like for a job.
Yeah, but when I write, I also write because I just like to journal and I need to get out of there. There's no rhyme or reason there. So I guess sometimes that's like,
Yeah,
where's
there
the
is.
separation?
Your goal is to enjoy yourself, or get the whatever thought that you need out of your brain onto the page and out of your brain.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is for me. I'm just hyper honest about what all of my things are. Like, I like to work out because I like the results. I have specific physical fitness goals and things like that that I want to achieve. And so,
But this nigga also just really likes working out.
yeah, no, I really enjoy, like, I get enjoyment from being in the gym, but I do have very specific goals. Things I do for fun, probably podcasts. I listen to podcasts because they bring me enjoyment. I don't really like get too much out from them in like terms of like work, but they're just things that I enjoy listening to.
You really be focusing on podcasts too. Like when it's time to listen to like the new Joe Budden or things, he actually sits down and focus on that.
Yeah, like honestly, I do treat Joe the same. Like I'll throw, because I watch all of them, so I'll throw Joe on one of the screens and then I'll play Pokemon. Because
that's something that you do for enjoyment.
I play Pokemon. So the way they explain the way my brain works is probably why I'm so goal oriented. If I'm sitting and not doing more than one thing, I kind of feel like I'm not doing anything. Like just sitting there, and unless like I'm watching something that I actively have to like to your eternity, where I have to read, understand what's really happening, like the nuance and shit like that.
You can't half watch Sonny Boy.
Yeah, that where I really need to focus and see like the little things that are going on, and like all of my mind is engaged on just different levels. I need something to be like, all right, well, they're talking and you're listening to that. So you're just going to sit here and listen and not do nothing? That's weird. Just going to sit there and just be like dead space. All right, we got to figure out something to do with ourselves while we're listening to this as well, because you're sitting there and just doing this, and
he can't.
I have to engage.
He can't fully engage in just one sense. It has to be two things.
Yeah, at least two of my senses have to be like
fully engaged, or else he's gonna probably go insane.
Yeah, or I'm doing something wildly different. And
it's just like, what are you doing? I'm just doing my hands like this
because
I need something else.
So for me, it's create goals around that. Create goals around the things that I enjoy doing, the things that I like. Like I really love anime. So I decided to talk about anime. The things that are work related towards that is
the news part.
The sports. No, I don't. I like the news. I like the anime culture. Like I like talking about music. I like the hip hop culture. Y'all aren't as much into the hip hop culture as like when I did the show with like Jones and the other girl. It was much more like
the culture,
yeah, but we're all like following the different artists and knowing what's going on and like have our own favorites and things like that. So we all come to the table just bringing a different perspective about just like the culture's issues and shit like that. But that's something that I really enjoy. So that's what the thing that's worked for me is the sports. I put sports in there because I just recognize that sports is a pretty broad thing that you can talk about that brings in a pretty decent audience. But it wasn't something that I was ever interested in. Like I don't particularly care about sports, but I don't ever miss anything. And I guess that's for me. It's like, if you have a goal, then doing it half-assed or settling for less than what should be done is like shortchanging yourself. So sure, I could choose, and I don't feel like doing this, but the only person that's really affected by that is me. So why negatively affect myself when I want this? The only way to get it is me going after it and me being like, I don't feel like doing this. Can either negatively,
preposterous.
Yeah, preposterous, or it can negatively affect me and the other people that I'm working with. So it just don't make no sense to me.
I mean, the way you're saying it makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why I'm generally super hyper goal oriented. Just I've tried to make them connect to the things I enjoy doing in life.
Yeah, and most people want a job in which they enjoy because they enjoy doing it on a day-to-day basis. Like, honestly, if I didn't have to go do the IT shit and I could just program, I'd be happy. And it would be a lot easier to do it. Because my primary thing is I don't have to unwind like a lot of other people do, but it takes me time to shift gears. It's like I actually have to shift my mindset over from this to this other thing. And it's almost like I'm using a completely and totally different point of my skill set And I also know that people are prone to bug me about stuff. Like someone will call me and ask me about something inane, or like, hey, do you know blah, 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 or where's the ink for such and such, such and such? And it's just like, now I have to stop what I'm doing, actually visualize this space and tell you where it is. It's just like, all right, now I got to sit back down. It's going to take me 15, 20 minutes to get back to where I was because I have to figure out what I was doing. And it's just like when I start programming, I actually put my phone on Do Not Disturb because it's just like, I know what y'all are going to do. And I can't have you get in the way of what I'm doing.
I don't really put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I'm pretty good at, once I start writing, like I'll normally have these 2 desks set up over there and I'll just throw my phone on that desk and push it a little way back, and I don't really check it for the remainder of me writing. So it's never on Do Not Disturb. So stuff is going through. I'm just like, well, if it's an emergency, you'll call. And
you always pick up phone calls 9 times out of 10 because if they're calling, it's probably something.
Yeah, something important. So if it's a call.
And I don't text you, I only call. So thus I never run into the issue of you not actually responding to things.
Yeah. So when I'm writing, I just throw the phone down and I'll just disappear for hours at a time.
I don't know.
Because I can't.
When I call Ash, I think she's thinking, wow, like, why? Was just like, no text message? No, I don't really like text messaging. I just call people, get the conversation out the way, and then the conversation is done.
That's how I like to do. Texting is so complicated.
You can't get.
I miss T9.
Why? Because
I miss T9.
It calls people to shut the hell up.
That's the one where you have to push the button.
Yeah.
Multiple times where you only had to dial all your like regular phone.
Queued up. Yep.
No, you don't miss that?
I don't mind it. It calls texting to.
No, I was amazing at that. I was a fucking wizard at that shit. But I feel like since it was
not conducive to long conversations.
It was. Since it's all on one. Like there's so many things on one key.
Yeah.
Once you know exactly where it is, it's a lot easier to just double tap a key or triple tap and move on to everything than it is to like go across
Did
this.
you not have typing class?
What's that have to do with like typing with your thumb on a
for
screen?
Me, it's all the same thing for me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you're on a screen, there's no physical button. So sometimes you fat finger and hit the wrong button. And it's just a lot more cumbersome because the screen isn't big enough to really fit your fingers. You got to like kind of like really be paying attention. Where I could pull that bitch out and not even look at it and knew what IT9. I could have full conversations and not look at my phone, except for the replies. All right, this is what they said. I know my reply is about to be, and just start hitting the buttons. I know that I hit the right buttons because I know 10 key as well. So it's easy for me I don't have to look and type.
Yeah, you have the bump on 5, and from there you just know where everything is.
I just know 5 is in the middle, and
5 is in the middle. 1 has nothing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S.
And then I think it's
X, Y.
6 or 7. One of them has 4 letters on it.
L, M, N, O, P.
But other than that, yeah.
Oh, like I remember it as just. Also, I've had full physical keyboards. That's what I truly miss. That was God.
Bro, when you had a full keyboard on the phone, that was amazing. Yeah, no,
I've never used that feature. I had one. It was like the Motorola. We could just push up and.
Oh yeah, Sidekick. I
hated that shit. It wasn't a Sidekick. It was a Motorola or whatever the fuck.
Motorola Slide.
I wanted it because I had the keyboard. And
I remember when the fucking G1 came out.
I would be a texting wizard, and it's just I don't give a fuck about texting that much. Like texting ain't never been that important to me.
Want to text? I'd rather just talk on the phone if I have to do something like.
If we over here sending me the whole page letter. Yeah, I can't stand that shit.
I've really fuck with voice notes though. Voice notes is my shit now.
Yeah,
because it's like the halfway. Like if I get someone that I know is like a super texter, I'm about to hit you over the head with these voice notes because I'm not responding with all that typing. I'm about to hit this voice record button, and say what I gotta say.
You ever get the whop and you be like,
as soon as you...
the fuck?
I hate people who have Androids because you can't voice note them.
Oh my God.
That shit is so ghetto.
I don't be sending paragraphs.
Nigga, if you don't fucking call me and stop being a punk.
It's like,
but yeah, just in general, I'm just like...
The funny thing is, I think they have proprietary... they have an Android version and they have a...
You can send voice messages to other Android users?
Yeah, I can send voice messages to other Android users, I do believe now.
Man, I can't stand a texting ass nigga. If you don't fucking call me, I hate that shit.
I'm a voice note nigga right now. If you gonna text me to death, I'm about to voice note you back.
That shit.
And then niggas be like, why you voice note me so much?
Nigga, because there's better ways to communicate. This is
I
not
don't want
effective.
to text and you miss so much nuance in texting that I'd rather just say what I gotta say. You're gonna hear my voice, hear kind of how I said it, and
why would I want
I'm gonna be done.
You like doing this shit for 5 fucking minutes.
Right, yeah, because I gotta type this whole long ass paragraph.
This person, we got a more effective communication, and especially niggas like when I had to deal with this problem in the beginning stages when you get to know a man and they just want to text you all the fucking time. Yo, I hated that shit. I'm like, you gonna have to call or something because I can't.
I like to ask. I'm like, so what do you like? How do you like to talk? Do you like to talk on the phone?
The only reason why dudes text you all the time is because it seems like that's what women want you to do.
I fucking hate that shit.
They want to have a constant stream of connection, and they get actively upset when it's just like, well, I'm about to go do something.
Well, no, I get women that actively like, oh no, I like to text.
For what, bitch? This is not This is not communication. This is not how people get to know each other.
There's no natural way of getting to know you through this.
Nigga, what the fuck? LOL, laughing out loud. You're not even laughing. Get the fuck out.
It's just like, yo, I'm carrying this fucking conversation.
What you doing?
You're never really giving me any.
I don't want to have this conversation. I don't want to make small talk in text. That's probably the least and most arduous shit in the world to do. It's like, but why?
What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this. How do you like it?
What do you want to text me about? And if it's not anything... It should just
be like, good morning texts are cool. Thinking about you texts are cool. Sharing little memes and shit. Like, what text messages is for? But to get to know somebody and really build a relationship, if you don't call my ass, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, but I also don't like sitting on the phone for just like...
You don't have
no particular reason. It's like if I want to build a relationship, I would rather be there with you. Yeah, I'd rather
see you in person.
It's just like because the people who just be out there FaceTime and just be like,
I don't want to sit on the phone with you. Let me be honest. Mm-hmm. If I'm sitting on the phone with you, I'm somewhere else, most likely my house, and I could be doing something else. Mm-hmm. That's not me holding this phone and talking to you. Because now I got to hold this phone and do nothing else. I might as well just come see you if I'm not going to be doing anything else but talking to you.
I'm going to focus on you. I might as well not half-ass focus on you.
Yeah, I'm just going to come over there and like see you and build that way. I'd rather do that.
They always be out there playing all coy. It's just like, oh, I don't want to get dressed. I never said you had to get dressed.
Or I'll do like, I enjoy 11 o'clock, a 10, 11 o'clock conversation.
You know good goddamn well I'm not leaving this fucking house.
No. 10 or 11 in the morning. Oh. I don't have a traditional work schedule, so we can talk right now. This is a cool little time to talk. I'm pretty free. I've gotten the thing started. I can talk to you for 30 minutes, an hour. That ain't really gonna like fuck with most of like my flow of my day. I'm probably like out running an errand, doing something else like that, out the house doing stuff. So I can talk to you while I'm in the flow. But if you want me while I'm back in the house, like now, like in my flow of doing something, to now stop and then talk to you, I don't want to do this.
I mean, it's the only thing that's really driven me crazy.
Can I come see you?
The expectation for me to sit, like I'm going to be busy, so we can talk on the phone. But it's like, but you're going to be doing all this other stuff. So what do you want me to do? Just kind of sit on the phone and be here. Like I could literally be here with you while you're doing these things, and we can run around and do all these things, and we can like have an experience as of this point. No, I want you to be on the phone. It's just like,
well, see, I don't want to see. My thing is, I don't want to do all those things at the end of the day. I might run my errands. I like to run errands
early as possible.
I'm trying to hit like 9 o'clock, 10, 11. Like I'm out in the streets when the rich white people are out shopping and just being like, I don't have to go to work. So I'm just going to be in the stores buying and spending money. That's why. That's the client people that I'm generally around shopping with. It's like, all right, you guys don't work either. I don't know how you guys get your money, but good on us for all having ways to get a stable paycheck and be here in the middle of the day when majority of people are working. That's when I want to go grocery shopping. That's when I want to run my errands. I don't want to do that at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Weird.
I'm trying to chill and then go to the gym
knife fight
and like
with someone over the last loaf of bread. Leave me alone.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to do that at like the 3 or 4 o'clock when niggas is trying to get off from work and come here and go grocery.
And everybody got that weird ass steak ass 5 o'clock energy. Like,
yeah, no, I'm just trying to do
we're in a rush and we're here and I have to be because we need milk.
Because the kids,
kids. See, it's a much
them
more
niggas in the
leisurely
them
time
10,
in
11,
the morning.
12 o'clock shoppers. They here because they can be.
Yes. That's what I like. We're leisurely.
I know
looking around.
I know the person who shops at 5 o'clock because I was literally with one of them. Like one of my cousins has 3 kids. It's just like, yo, you're always hyper like fixated on things because people don't be paying. Like, I say, I don't know how you had 1 kid. I don't know how she got 3 kids. Her and my sister. I'm looking at her like,
I forgot what I did. It was with my niece. Oh my fucking God. And she 3. Greatest little nigger ever. But also
hard R.
Fucking God, yo. I'm like,
I know how you feel about her for real.
Yo, I'm like, if it's not mine, I don't really got no motivation for it. I'm like, I'm dropping your ass off ASAP. She started crying. I forgot why, because we took the toy away. And I'm like, Riley over here looking at him. I'm just like, help. I don't want this anymore. It's cute, but inside the store, I was
have
exhausted.
been returned, little girl. Do you not want me? I don't need to want you.
I'm not ready for
mine.
another child. And whatever fucking, would not know right now. I don't know how it's going to look in a couple years, but fucking, that shit just made me realize absolutely not.
Dude. That's all you do. That's what I always need to figure out whether or not I want kids.
One is
It's
cool.
just like, I don't know. It's getting real bizarre because now I'm holding a lot more kids and everything's fine. It's just like, oh, man, you guys are actually looking adorable. Uh-oh. Get this little cretin away from me.
No, catch that baby fever, Charles.
No.
Yo, I remember when I get into Target, I know exactly when I'm catching baby fever. All I hear is coming out of my stupid voice box. Oh, I'm like, then I start looking at baby clothes and I'm like, here it goes.
You know what? I mean, you know what sobered me the fuck out of me today when a child headbutted the shit out of me. It's like she cocked all the way back. Oh. Like,
why?
You better be, because it's a baby and they were just they out here cocking their head all over the place looking for stuff and they're like,
See, I got my nephew
back to where I was.
My nephew quells my baby fever now. When I see him, I'll be like, oh.
It's like, girl, I think you gotta let your hard ass talk about babies got soft skulls. Get the fuck out of here. That was an adult headbutt. Right on the hairline.
But they just have one soft spot. Everything else is hard.
Hard than a motherfucker.
It's like, what is wrong with y'all?
It's weird that babies are born with a soft spot on their head. It's like a little death button. Yeah, babies are born with a like. If you don't like this, baby, press this button in here, and baby will be no more. Why you got a death button?
Why you out here giving these Texas women suggestions?
I told Riley that. She was like, you're a terrible mother. I'm like, Riley, realistically, I could drop this nigga right now and he could die. And she was like, why are you thinking like that? I'm like, it's true. I could leave him on the floor and step on him.
Like, it's always an active choice.
Yeah, it's always an active choice to keep a baby alive. Because if you just leave this nigga on the floor, he could just die.
The random moment of irresponsibility, I put you somewhere, you crawled off it, you're dead.
You're dead.
It's just like, you have any idea. You're little
like,
suicide machines. As soon as you figure out you can walk,
you can do anything.
You be trying to stick
child. Like could end its life.
You don't have to dog proof a house. You have to baby proof it though.
Bruh.
The dog figures out in 11 months, about a year, what can kill it. You be out here exploring.
Hey, our curiosity is what they say is our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. Is like
licking power plugs.
Hey, don't talk about electricity like that. Sometimes you just need to know what it's hidden for.
Oh, aren't you the person who stuck a fork inside of the
It wasn't a fork, so mind your business.
Ouch.
There was a lot of ouch involved in it, but it wasn't a fork. So mind your business.
I'm so mad that this nigga was like, this hurt again.
That's the other reason why you can't tell me stories. I be zeroing all the way the fuck in.
Hey, it wasn't no fork though. How about that?
All right, it wasn't no fork.
I ain't gonna tell you what it was either. I ain't gonna give you no more ammunition for your story.
Ouch.
I mean, you've already pretty much verified the fact that you be sticking stuff inside of electrical plug.
Hey, I did. That's why I said, don't we talk about us who was exploring electricity?
Ouch.
You know how I explored electricity? Through shop.
How old were you?
I think it was 14 when I did shop.
Oh, look at that. You had to wait fucking like 12 more years.
I had the entire... You have to understand, my father's an engineer. I had that whole I understood how electricity worked more by the age of like 10 than most of the people ever actually needs to know it works.
Hey, I understood how electricity worked.
No, you didn't.
By the age of 3, I did.
Did you know it was alternating or direct current, whether or not it was inside that was in that plug?
I knew what I needed to know about that shit. I knew that, hey, metal inside this shit that is uncovered will shock the fuck out of you. Cutting a wire from a plug and then plugging it can create a really powerful taser. It's bootleg. And this wire covering, depending on where it's going, like if you connect them and it's just circulating, it's going to melt. I know a decent bit.
A decent bit.
But it's all from a trial and error.
I mean, from that plug, did you know if you grab it, it's not going to let you go?
Yeah. That's why
it's like, what have you done to yourself?
I've never grabbed it. I've just
you just baited other people that grab it?
No, I would tap it. I would tap. You hurt. So holding on to you don't seem like the best decision.
But the direct current just push you away.
Oh no, to you.
Yeah, so
working for me.
That's how you know most superheroes use DC. Because if they use the AC, they fuck a motherfucker up. It's like that's what Raiden uses. You know, when he grabs your throat and he just stays inside. Oh.
Yeah, no, it was a great learning experience.
And those like my father.
Why didn't you want to learn that, Charles, when you were younger?
Through conversations with my father.
I said at 3.
Motherfucker, when I was
3, adventurous.
Well, first things first. When I was 3, my mother was paying attention to me.
Damn,
when I was 3, I was good at getting away.
I was never trying to get away. I was out here rolling my little tricycle. I'm out here having a good time.
I was climbing.
Everyone's following me.
Why are y'all trying? Charles was looking at y'all like, why are y'all trying to make y'all lives harder?
Exactly. I don't understand why y'all act. This is the thing that I don't get. Even as a child, it's just
make
like
your life harder, nigga.
It's not
that
harder.
Don't look fun, Toady. Why you keep doing that? Because I can. Oh, the adventure of it all. His 3-year-old ass.
It wasn't not fun.
Because it's fun. Okay, well,
look.
I hope you survive.
I did at a young age. This nigga's like, I don't get it.
I survived everything I did.
I hope you don't get hurt.
I didn't. I've never had any broken bones or
nor have I
trips to the hospital or anything like that.
Ain't that crazy?
And look at me, I live life.
Various different lives. But none of you niggas have ended up like.
And I was climbing trees, hopping out of the trees. Like that was my favorite. We had this little like tree that split off into like 2 trunks and everything like that.
I had a whole tree that had like this section where it was basically like a bench. That's where I had my first kiss.
Did you climb it?
Yeah.
The tree?
Yeah, I've climbed trees and shit, but I was old enough to the point where I had that level of like motor skills to the point where I would never fall out of one. Remember tree climbing dude over by Brendan's house? Oh, that's right. I don't think you were there for tree climbing dude. This dude was out here climbing trees that were like taller than Brendan's house, just like up there. But like, they had like...
I would climb a tree that was high enough that I could, if the branches had ever gotten sturdy enough, I could have walked across to my roof of my house.
You also have to understand, I also don't really like heights that much. As a person who's tall,
I am not a fan of like the craziest of heights, but if I'm in control of things, I'm pretty all right. Like,
man, that's the most hilarious thing.
I think that I would probably be better if I was on a bridge, walking across the bridge than driving on the bridge. That was a date.
Oh, a date.
I thought it was a date.
No, it wasn't my brother.
Oh.
Right?
See?
It sounded like a date type of situation. So I was like, Charles, why would we be invited to like their date thing? That
No,
don't
it
make
was
sense.
I mean, you
definitely
never
family fun
really
day.
know what people invite you to.
That was
I've been invited to all
fun.
types of weird.
Who just says, yeah, I'm going to be the third wheel on your guys' date night? That's weird.
You
Some
can count
sometimes
who
people
wants to
don't
go.
some people don't tell you. Sometimes people don't tell you.
That's
It's just like, what
rude.
did you?
That I would be really upset. So we're gonna chill and then watch a movie. No, what y'all are gonna do is cuddle and be
Say the
together,
wee thing.
and I'm gonna sit here by myself awkwardly and watch
It's just
this.
like I'm gonna call up a girl and I'm
I'm
gonna cuddle
calling
too.
somebody or I'm going home. Like, I'm not doing this with y'all. What are y'all doing? Why did y'all think this was a good idea? Why do y'all need company
Oh,
for
this
this?
is this is our first date
Why do you need company for this?
because some people don't trust people.
No, we went zip
If you
lining.
don't trust people, why
Why
are you going out on the first date?
Because people are desperate and sad.
I'm so confused about how these things are going together.
People are desperate and sad.
I'm desperate and sad, and I want some love.
but I want to make sure I'm secure in this. So I'm gonna get somebody to tag on to be a third wheel.
Just go to nothing but public places.
And then what if they have like public affection things?
What do you mean public affection things?
Yeah, some people don't like being affectionate in public.
Don't. Why do you have to? If it's your first fucking day, why are y'all being affectionate? I'm confused.
But they want affection. So what's the point?
Oh, so you don't care that this is your first date? You trying to get it popping? Why am I here then? You clearly don't not trust him
Poppin',
enough. If
dog.
you're trying to get
Poppin'.
some affection, why am I here? None of this makes sense, and I want to go home. I'm going home. Yeah, like what's up? I don't understand. Like, I would be so
Don't bring
upset if
me
somebody
here.
just.
Because my
What the
friend got
fuck?
roofied and I need someone to come along with me because there might be fisticuffs. Oh, I guess I have been a lot more wild situations than I remember. It's just like,
My friend got roofied.
yeah, I had a female friend of mine. She called me. She told me she got roofied. So because I had to drive all the way over to the party that she was at. It was just like, how did this happen? Well, he gave me a water and the water was already open. God damn it.
Ew.
It's just like,
Why is she stupid?
Damn.
you can't say that. Oh, you can't
Yes, you
say
can.
that. Because that's
Yes, you
basically, that was
Why
the
is she
entire,
Yes, you can.
Stupid.
it's just
They
like,
teach you in all the classes, don't leave your drink and don't take open drinks from anybody.
what classes?
Like sex education classes.
See,
Why is she?
she didn't go to high school here because she wasn't from this country.
Oh shit! But I mean, you're not expecting your date. Like,
And they
damn.
also
Wait a
don't-
minute.
They
No,
also
that's the
did,
prime suspect. Usually, that's
It's
who
your
rapes
date,
people and
yup.
most people. What are you talking
You're not
about?
expecting
I
it.
feel like
you're more
women should
likely-
look up these
random
statistics.
dude on the street less likely to rape you than dude who's
I feel like
registered.
women should look up statistics. They'd be like, hey, it's probably my boyfriend that's going to be the nigga that rapes me. So maybe not take open drinks from him.
If you can't take open drinks from your boyfriend, what are you out here doing?
Oof, what is you out here doing, baby?
Again, why are you with him if you don't
Don't
feel
feel-
comfortable? Why?
Oh no, she wasn't. She was just at a house party she got invited to, and
And then why are you taking random drinks at a house party?
had this entire conversation
She
with
didn't get it
myself, and the
herself?
reason why I didn't end up dating her. It's just
You didn't
like,
ask her these questions?
I was like 19. It
I'd
was
had
part
one
of the
then.
dumb parts. I told you, my life is more interesting than one would think it is.
Did
This
you
is
sleep
a-
with this woman?
Yes.
Okay. Good job. At least as long I'm like, bro, are you running to random adventures for a woman that you didn't even have coitus with? I'm so confused at your life, big.
Random
You gonna
adventure.
end up dead and with desert dick. Dead desert dick Charles.
Oh, at that point, you have to understand. At that point, how long was I doing martial arts? I was doing for martial arts for like 3 years.
What does that
at
have to do with
point.
sex? I'm so confused.
Not desert dick. It's just more so.
Like, what does this have to do with
Oh,
anything? What?
you don't understand? Have you ever
Why is
actually
that something
gotten
about-
a tool set and been desperate to use it? So it's just like,
Oh, you were just trying to get
it's
into
just like
just to fight.
fisticuffs.
He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go fight." I'm mad. I miss that, Charles.
Oh, it's like everyone's like that when they first learning martial arts. It's just like, I'm trying to use this. And then you slowly understand it's just like, oh, apparently the way I carry myself as a person that no one wants to fight now.
Fight me.
You're a weirdo, and no, I don't want to fight you.
It's because he wanted so bad. Oh my
It
fucking
is.
god!
I don't know
you gotta
why.
start asking that typical about it. Fuck
I
bitch
don't
ass.
I don't understand why you see. Ashley just wants to see us fight.
Nigga,
You
get
were
this
an
nigga,
instigator.
punch this nigga in the face.
It's just
Why
like,
can't
I
you
don't-
punch him in the face?
I don't know what Tony did to the point where it's just like, just punch him.
God,
Just
don't
punch
you
him.
want to punch this nigga in the face?
Not particularly.
Yes, you do. Look at him.
I can
Look.
vocalize my frustration a lot
Oh my
better than
God,
most
punch
people.
this nigga.
Just hit me and then
Yes.
engage in
Fisticuffs?
sparring.
Punch
It's
this
called
man.
sparring.
Sparring is
It'll be
is
so
a
fun,
thing for
Charles.
self. No, it
Let's
wouldn't.
find a Muay Thai instructor and then
Punch
learn Muay
this
Thai
man.
together and then be each
Yes.
other's
No,
training
I
Would you
don't
partner.
do
want
it
to learn a Muay
then?
Thai instructor because most people don't actually fucking know Muay Thai here.
No, I mean a real one. Like, why would I
We would need to leave this state.
or find someone to come here?
And also, I would probably learn Kenjutsu before I learned Muay Thai.
So you want to know how to fight with a sword?
Oh, I want to learn that too. Yes. That's going to be outside of bow staff. That's going to be my chosen weapon for my second degree black belt test.
A sword?
Cut motherfuckers down.
So you want to learn Kenjutsu and Bojutsu?
Yeah. Well, I would also learn Kendo as along with Kenjutsu because Kendo is the art of fighting with the sword, and then Kenjutsu is the techniques of like killing with the sword.
Okay,
And
because I
then
was like, yeah, Kenjutsu is definitely the sword weapon, but you mean like training?
Yeah, because
sword.
Kendo is just like we're sword fighting, and then Kenjutsu is like I'm cutting you down like a dog in the street.
I'd love to learn how to fence.
I thought about that too. I thought about judo. I wanted to do judo for the longest time because I thought that was the coolest fucking head thing, and then I realized like y'all just be lunging at each other. I hate this shit.
That's Kendo. Kendo's the one where they actually have the protective mask on.
Man, that shit look
Yeah.
cool as
Judo
fuck.
is you just got a gi and you just out here Ronda Rousey and tossing bitches.
That shit looked cool until I seen him. I'm like, oh, pussyfooting for real. Fencing sound a little bit more. But I used to want to do those things, but
Oh, the entire problem with almost every single all right. Almost all martial arts go through a sanitization process, even within their own country. So, like for instance, for karate, it was moved up from Okinawa, where my founder's master is from. Moved up from Okinawa to Tokyo, and the movement of Okinawa to Tokyo, it got diluted, and then the movement from Tokyo to here or propagating to the world, it got further diluted. So, like the result that we got here is twice diluted. So it's like 25% of what it was. Even though I learned inside more of the Okinawan way, which is like smaller classes, more commutative things. Tony, you look disappointed.
Yeah, I want us to learn the martial art. I don't care about none of that. I want us to learn the martial art together.
You
inspire.
have to understand the history of the martial art is actually a part of the martial art too. You gonna learn. You gonna take. The
I
history
am,
level.
but what that's not important for us right now. Is I need us to pick a martial arts to learn together so we can spar.
I have the skill set I need. I
Yeah,
don't
hit
need
this
like a
nigga.
bajillion martial arts.
You said kendo?
Kendo is more of a sport.
No, which one you said you're gonna learn?
Kenjutsu. There's
no.
not too much sparring in Kenjutsu and the bow. I can learn the bow on my own.
No, not the kenjutsu. You said something else under that. That was like training with a sword.
Kenjutsu.
No, that's killing with a sword.
Oh, Kendo is.
Yeah, that. You said you're gonna learn kendo.
Kendo is just me learning how to apply that thing. I will be learning that from my friend Walker. He's a first Kyu inside of Kendo.
Oh, look at him all trained up.
Yeah, I know karate. He knows samurai shit. My thing was made to destroy his thing. It's just
He
like-
gonna teach you?
Yeah, he
That's
has no problem teaching me.
blasphemy.
Just
He got to be a samurai.
I won. It's just
So
like,
I bet Charles like, yeah, we beat him up, so they got to do what we tell them.
from quintessentially, I mean, that's the way it works. It's like, if you think about it, at the end of the day, it's just like originally the samurai were a class, and then they got their shit outlawed because they kept getting beat up by people without swords, and then guns happened.
Guns made everything whack.
Yeah, I mean, man, you know how much conviction you would have to have in order to be a serial killer with just a sword.
I wish that we
It's
only
just
had
like-
melee weapons in the world. Like having melee weapons would turn this into such an interesting place.
Well, it's just like, killing people would be so high energy.
You could take over the country still.
Yeah, you can. I mean, we took over the country with just melee weapon and bows.
No, I mean, but that would still be possible even in this day and age if we only had melee weapons. Like that could be an active thing.
Yep, but it would require a lot of talent and physical gumption, and a lot of people who think they the shit with guns would be like, "Well, this isn't easy anymore." No, it isn't. You have to dedicate your life to this. Not interested. I want to go click click boom.
No, there'd be some people that are interested. We need to go back to that, but I don't think I have anything else to talk about on goals.
Oh no, we've ended up with Tony's. We're going down one of me and Tony's like.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just take over the world with like we should just go make some melee weapons.
Oh, or we can do like those shotgun nunchucks.
Those are not a thing. That should exist. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, no.
Would you be upset if I actually did that to people?
Hey, doing shotgun nunchucks? No,
yeah, just out here shooting people.
You can go to jail, and I'm not gonna bail you out because I don't.
Like you deserve to be in jail.
Yeah, I don't believe.
What do you mean,
bro? You was out here doing crazy shit.
I'm out here reloading nunchucks with shotgun shells, and I'm out here doing it. I took out 35 police officers. Fuck the police. All right. Well, I guess that's the end.
In the jail.
I'm going to jail.